Hello, and welcome to the Powdy Dungeon. This is Dungeon Powdy. As always, I'm your damn Blake Peebles, and here's your cast.
It sounded like you said, I'm your damn Blake
I'm your damn Blake Peebles.
Half of us are wearing maroon.
That's true, we're in a very maroon mood.
Wait, look at mine! Hee hee!
Oh, that's funny.
It's not anatomically correct.
Yeah.
Because that's not where they lay.
Burgundy.
Now we can finally get those views on stream.
Hey.
Somebody in chat, Peep said Burgundy, and that reminds me, one time I was the writer of a queer webcomic called Burgundy. Don't try to look it up, it doesn't exist anymore, but...
Looking it up.
It doesn't exist anymore! Alright.
If there's one thing we know about the internet, it's that they never go away.
That's fair enough.
What was the website that it was on?
No, I actually don't remember. That's not me not... I don't care. I think the comic was good, but I fully don't remember where it was, so... I know we spelled Burgundy wrong. We spelled it with an A on purpose. So.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna find it.
Oh, look at you being subversive.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know why we named it that. I fell out of contact with the illustrator, but we're good friends in middle and high school, so I'm a good deal louder than everyone else.
Yeah, you are. Forgot to say that.
Great. That's what I like to hear.
Why are you shouting?
Shut up. Alright, how's that? Is that any better? Whatever. What do you mean? Well, yeah, nothing changed for you guys, that's for sure.
Okay.
But, you can just turn me down. That's it.
I did already.
You guys say something?
Your mic does sound
Hell
a little
yeah.
blown out, so I don't know
Yeah,
if
you
like
make those kind of sound
activity's
blown.
all the way up.
Michael also sounds really quiet.
No, that was just me talking quietly, I think.
Oh, okay.
Is that better for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
I have a soft,
You're
very
quieter,
sensitive
but the voice quality's the same. I don't know what's going on.
I think that's just Phoenix's way of saying he doesn't like your voice quality.
Wow.
I feel like words are being put in my mouth.
Yeah, Ricky, I can talk again. How does that sound?
Like a symphony.
Level 5.
Michael, very tiny.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I'm a little tiny.
Oh no.
I'm just a little tiny thing.
Stop.
Just put me on your shelf.
Okay.
Elf on the shelf, but all year. I'll hide around. You won't find me until I want you to. Wait, look behind you. Oh, that's not me. Keep me in a little mason jar, like in the books Fablehaven, when
Is this working?
in the mason jar and keeps her overnight and she turns into an imp. Yeah!
That sounds normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Steph, am I right? I'm gonna turn on the lights.
Okay. I should be back to normal. Everywhere. I'm gonna turn Michael up a little bit. I'm gonna turn Winfield up. No, Winfield, you're at max, so just be louder. Oh no! Alright. I clicked a button wrong. We should be good though.
I'm sorry.
Bit louder for me now. I'm as loud as I can go. So that's that. Okay, what is happening with my music tab is just not working at all for some reason.
We could do it a cappella.
Who remembers 6 minutes of drums?
Oh no.
Bum ba da dum bum bum ba da dum bum ba da dum bum bum ba da dum.
I wanna fucking die. I did some data management on my fucking computer, and because of that, all of my music does not work anymore.
Oh no.
It's not great.
Hey, can you like entertain them while I fix this? This is hell.
Yeah, what should we do?
I don't know.
How should we entertain?
Talk.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I went to theater school, so I was made to entertain.
Put on a
Was
show.
Brillig and the sliding
Hey,
toes.
remember this little game
Hey, you
called?
just interrupted Jabberwocky.
Nobody knows what you're
Jabberwock.
talking about. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
In the wave. Oh, Mimsy! Or the burrow grows.
'Twas Brillig and the slithy toes. Wasn't that what comes next?
No, it's 'twas Brillig and the sliding toes was the beginning.
Oh, okay. Shows how much I remember it from 8th grade.
'Twas Brillig and the slily toes did guile and gimble in the wabe. Oh, Mimsy were the burrow grows and the moans wraths out Gabe.
Right. And then it's Beware the Jabberwock, my son.
Yeah?
The jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Or is it the claws that... No, jaws bite, claws catch.
But anyway, guys, remember this game called Immortals Phoenix Rising? They came out with a DLC. Well, they already came out with one, but I wasn't interested in that one. They came out with a second one, though. And it's called, I think, the Eastern Realms. And it's pretty much just new skins on everything, but it's very cool.
Was that the game?
I'm
you were
having a lot of fun.
playing?
And guess what difficulty level I chose?
Medium.
Yeah! Normal, motherfuckers! And the only time I've died is when I've fallen off cliffs. As you do. Yes, they came out with a better... Yeah. I didn't like the A New God one that I demoed. Ugh. This one's literally just like, copy, paste, I'll copy your homework, but like make sure you change up some of the phrasing. But like new story, new story. Yeah, it's very fun. And actually, here's another one to bring it back to this fucking show. The protagonist is basically Turn, because all he talks about is he's going to try his best to be a hero. He misses the rainbows, and he needs to go talk to the dragons to bring the rainbows back. There's no spoilers there.
Queer ally.
Bring back
yeah.
rainbows.
Yeah.
I got some of the music back. Some.
I mean, we only really need one song.
No, we don't. We need
Songs
fucking
I'm
songs.
singing. Thanks for all.
This is actually fucking hell.
Hey, Winfield, did you play through Ice? Did you play Iceborne?
I did not.
I did.
Blake did, yeah.
Did you play all the way through it?
No, I didn't finish it because I didn't have anybody to play with.
But you're a console. I can't even play with you. 'Cause we're like what are the two gangs in West Side Story?
The Sharks and the Jets.
Jets?
Yes, that's what we're like.
No, it's the that's wrong. It's the
All of the high school theater kids that you teach that you don't know who the Sharks and Jets are.
Yeah, know what? I would have guessed
I've never seen it.
Me
But,
neither.
Okay, but you don't
The
teach high school musical
but I
theater.
performed it.
Oh.
I performed part of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Which one were you, Peter?
I don't remember. We just sang some of the songs in our choir, and she was like, "We should be more performative," and it got real out of hand. It got like show choir-y. We sang "Cool," and I think I got in a fight with some other kid on stage, like as part of it. There's probably video if anybody wants to find some real high quality cringe out there.
I
If you
got
do not find that video.
the music back except for one song, so whatever.
You can't without that one song.
It was
How do
called
we lose?
Lost Time, and I usually skipped it anyway, so it's fine.
Peter, I just put on YouTube. Peter gets in fake fight during choir concert singing West Side Story, and nothing came up.
No, I don't think you're gonna find it there.
All right. How am I sounding to you guys?
Perfect.
Us guys or those guys?
All guys.
To us, you sound totally normal.
And
Us guys.
chat says very good. Okay, then we're fucking 16 minutes in and finally get to start the thing now. God damn. Okay. So,
I remember correctly, we're all dead, right?
no, you got saved.
Technically, I wasn't supposed to be dead.
Yeah, because
Oh.
we realized afterwards that you didn't go down from the serrated sword. You went down from the axe, so you wouldn't
So
have
I
had that
wasn't
bleeding effect. You still might have died, but it
I
wasn't
might have died,
as
but I wouldn't have
guaranteed.
disadvantage on my death saving throw.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just disadvantage that upped me that one.
Yes.
Hey, but we're all alive. We're all just gonna go straight back home.
So, to that end,
Great.
With no repercussions.
to that end, we are picking up from a little before. We're sort of backtracking a little bit. I said we ended with them leaving the cave. That's not true. Because after stream ended, some people said there might be some things that they still want to do. So what we are actually doing is we're picking up from when that golden dude left. The Dragonborn who saved you. Cool lighting.
So moody now.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, why don't we... fuck the recap. Let's just start. Whatever. Phoenix,
Stop.
don't put that in your
Whatever you
mouth,
are
dude.
What?
You can put it in your mouth and I can see inside.
Okay.
No.
I can do this. I can do this. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm actually... I don't...
TOS.
I don't want...
Twitch
I don't...
TOS.
I really
even
don't
wanna
want
see
this.
that.
Whatever, I'm ready for it. You guys want dentist cam? I'll give it to you.
Nobody wants that.
It's like POV at the dentist. You're the dentist, I'm the patient.
This is
I'm at the dentist ASMR.
this is Dungeons and Dragons.
Come on.
Dentists and dragons.
Dentist and
Where are my dentists at? Dentist, can I get a hell yeah in chat?
I would
Are
love
you
to
still
see
doing the
that.
fucking Jabberwocky right now?
No, he's doing an ASMR
Dentist?
dentistry bit.
I need the sound of like this, that sucky thing they put in your mouth.
This is
But
hell.
the thing is, the closer Michael gets to the snowball, the quieter he gets, so it makes me think that the snowball is not what's actually taking his audio.
Oh no.
It's definitely not the
Have I been
snowball.
dreaming of my-
Oh, it's been asking me to switch my device for a while. There you go. Does this sound different?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, okay, we don't
okay.
need this. I'm actually fucking begging for us to play D&D.
Please.
Aw.
Guys, we don't meet for like 3 weeks after this. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sure, we gotta have a
But
good
that doesn't
session.
mean we can't just like randomly FaceTime each other and say hi.
No.
Why don't
Yeah,
we do that then instead of now when we're supposed to play D&D?
I'm trying to get us in the mood, you know? Okay.
I'm
How-
always in the mood. Always.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Where am I yelling?
Alright, so we're all in the 22.
Hey,
Yeah.
Michael, is my door open by any chance?
It is wide open.
Okay.
You want me to close it?
I'll get it. You guys. Oh, he's already going.
We're
Even chat is begging us to just get our shit together.
Cat doesn't know what they want.
I could hear myself via Michael. So yeah, there.
the door.
There he is. Thanks.
There was something
Did you
really
hear my
ominous
hips
about the way
crack?
he ended.
What?
Did you hear my hips crack?
I didn't, but that's pretty impressive.
I'm gonna lock your door too.
Okay.
How's he gonna lock it from the outside?
I think he locked it, then closed it.
So we're still on the bridge then?
Yes.
That dog's still there?
Yeah, has the dog situation happened?
The
Dogs.
dog said leave
Dog's gone.
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay.
right. The dog left. Alright, cool. Well, I'm ready to leave.
Yes, I think we've given enough into this venture.
Well, first, not that I don't like this, and I'm holding up the wooden dagger, but, and I point at the giant staff, wooden staff, quarter staff. I'm gonna pick that up,
Who had a
keep this at my belt.
Crikey.
Oh,
Well,
crikey.
actually, could I
Crikey.
have the sword back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's my dad's.
I didn't break it.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the staff.
Cool. Yeah, you do. It's clearly magical, but you can't quite tell what it does.
If we are leaving, we should remember to take him out of here as well, now that we've been given a second chance to remember that.
But, like, where do we take him?
He just said he didn't want to be left here, so I assume we could take him back to
dump
town,
him in the cave.
That seems a bit harsh.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
we gotta go back to town anyway, but what do we do? Like, roll up, hey, Wilter's watch, here's a dead body, see ya. Like, I don't know if that'll go over well.
There are whole ecosystems in caves that would really like, did you know when whales beach on the beach? A whole ecosystem forms in the carcass.
Guys?
I thought that's when they died and sank to the bottom of the sea.
There's both!
Guys?
What's up, Luna?
Okay, remember, when Septon and I had our jobs? Yeah, we have them, but, and that guy came, the beetle guy, had the purple gem. And then me and, Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Yes, like the island.
Exactly.
Gilligan, he scanned it magically, and he said there's something alive in it. Then, that Cryptal, it was the same Cryptal who talked to Septon, right? Septon, the guy who's dead now, that's the same one. Okay. He was after it. There was something possessing him. What if the purple thing has part of him in it? So we bring him back to Hagen? I don't know if these are good guys or bad guys, but I know I killed him, and I feel weird about it, even though he was attacking us.
He was, like, possessed when he was looking for the thing?
I guess.
I mean, if you want to carry... I want what Una wants, and if Una wants to carry the dead body all the way back to Hagen Estate, I'm going to make it pleasant for all of us, and I'm going to cast Gentle Repose on the body so it doesn't decay.
Nice. Yeah, you whisper your words here. Your spores just sort of cover the corpse.
He's dusty. He's twinkling like a vampire in Twilight.
Yeah.
Look,
Great.
I'm down to help him and give him his last rites and everything. I'm a little concerned how our teachers will feel if we show up with a dead body.
That was my next point.
If we tell the
But I
truth, I'm
also
sure they'll be
really
like...
hate holding all these secrets.
If we tell the truth, they might be mad that we didn't go straight there.
Yep.
But I'm sure they might like our gumption for getting Shandi's soul.
What if
Even though we almost died.
What if we just tell Brahm about it?
Is Brahm?
Oh, that's right. He
I
might
don't
not
ha-
be there when we get back.
Right.
Brahm
Yeah.
Elton said they have to
Elissa
stay.
also won't be there when we get back, so we don't have to hide from her.
We could. Has there been an established way how we're getting back?
She told you to find what's his name? I have his name right here. Uh-oh.
The bus driver.
Charles.
Is it Charles? Is that his name?
No, I'm guessing. It was something with a C, I thought. Craig?
No.
P. Nelson.
I literally wrote it down. Richard Melitok and his horses Gray, Abigail, and Thunder.
Okay,
Richard.
so we could tell him we need to stop into town first. Then, I don't want to get Gilligan more involved than he already is, but
Well, stopping into town would be, like, way out of our way. Because, like, if we're here, school's here, town's up here. Or, sorry, if Wilter's watch is here, school's here, and town's up here. Blake, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it'd only be a couple hours out of your way, as it's a 2-day trip back to school and a couple hours to town, but it would still be a further trip.
I mean, we could do it.
yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yes, Tether.
Oh no, my hand was raised because I wanted to ask the DM, while the three of them were talking, could Tether whisper something to Turn?
Yeah.
The cleric guy who resurrected us, said he wanted us to, clean our messes. I kind of want to hit the dog. Do you think I should hit the dog?
Did the dog say anything mean to you?
Yeah, he growled at us and said go away.
Better or worse than a fox?
I usually like dogs more than foxes, but this dog seems to be the manifestation of the evil of this place. I'm just guessing here.
Is the dog still here, or the dog just...
Dog.
I thought the dog...
Well, as you were talking to Gold Boy, dog went away.
I mean, I do think we should check out town, see what's going on in there, because, like... It is our job to sort all this stuff out, and that feels like what a hero would do. What do you think about that, Tether?
I think that's a good idea. Is there any way I can, like, just, like, survival or perception to see where the dog went?
Sure. Investigation, though.
Investigation.
Yeah, because you're investigating to see where the dog went.
Investigation.
Una, I will say the purple gem that was there is the same as the crystal creatures here are made out of. Because you've seen both.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've already established that.
I didn't
But
know
I'm
if
right in
I didn't know if
that-
I'd
okay.
said that or not. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm right in that when Gilligan and I scanned it, it said there's something alive in here, or something.
It
belongs
was
to-
part of something living. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
What'd you get, Michael?
15.
15. Yeah, you scan. No sign of the dog. You're just from where you are. As you look into town, though, you see the kobolds and goblins are just sort of panicking and running around, not sure what to do. Some of them are just like frozen, staring at the carnage on the bridge. Some of them are trying to put back together the exploded corpse of the parish. Others are just like panicking, screaming. Town looks to be in a bit of a chaotic situation right now.
Right, so, I know that we're not feeling too great, but doesn't anyone else think we should try and help out a little bit more here?
What can we do?
I don't know, but we won't know until we go and check and see what's going on. I mean, I'd feel bad if we led something into here and because of us, they're I don't know what the parish was, like their daddy or something, or like, maybe like their god, or like, it's just,
Well, if this parish thing invented an alternate reality or a pocket dimension, or I don't know what to call it, I'm only young. Either these people are real people, and then we can, if we calm them down, we can lead them to a new town. Or they're not real, and we just shattered their reality, and so I think the only nice thing to do is to completely shatter it.
They seem very loyal to Trinity. And they put a lot of work into Trinity too, I think. I'm only getting bits and pieces of the whole Trinity storyline, but
I still don't really even know where Trinity is, like,
yeah, don't
Where
think
are
about
we?
it too hard.
who are we?
No, turn. Just
I'm Tern.
yes.
She's Tether.
Yeah.
No, I'm Tether. That's Tether.
You're not. That's not gonna work on me.
We're both green though. Are you sure it's not like a little confusing?
Nope. I think it's more that both of your names start with a T.
It confuses me
And an
sometimes.
E.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Hey, Blake.
Mhm.
I would like to look around. Since the parish blew up, does this place look any different? Or is it still kind of like looking the same as...
Perception check.
Alright. 18.
As far as you can tell, it looks pretty much exactly the same.
Okay, still giving me that like weirdly familiar vibe of those fields.
No huge change.
Huh. Okay.
It's nighttime now, but
All right. It's not a weird change.
no.
As far as Septim is concerned.
Yeah. I mean, it was still sunset when you died, and now it's nighttime, but you know.
Well, Tether, if you wanted to, as you said, shatter this place, what was your idea for how to go about doing that?
Okay,
Maybe we talk to them first before shattering. They're both good ideas, but maybe we do Turn's idea first and see how we can help.
Yeah.
And then, yay, go get it, buddy. He's gone.
All right, as you start running across the bridge, and as you approach, the residents of Trinity 2 scream in terror and begin running from you.
Oh shit.
Wait, no, don't scream in terror. I'm here to help you.
They're scattering to the wind.
Right.
They're all just running away.
See, we fought along with something that like
Killed.
blew up the parish.
Yeah.
Well, then it's our job to make things right. I want to look for the corpse of the parish.
Well, there's many parts of the corpse of the parish sort of scattered around this area.
What are the parts of the corpse of the parish? Is it like, what's the consistency? Is this a person?
It used to be.
Oh.
Now it sort of exploded from the inside.
I thought it was like stone. I'll be honest. I was
No.
I thought it was a big jellyfish.
It was like a floating veiny man.
It was a floating, veiny man with a head that ended in a point.
a vascular man.
Oh, that's right, because I was going to make a Patrick Star joke when you described it.
After you got the jellyfish from.
Is there any...
There's like chunks of it. Half of its head is here, an arm over there.
This is disgusting.
It's not pleasant.
Alright, I would like to...
Rage.
I would like to rage. I would like to... I don't know. Can I just try to investigate with my dumb little brain as best I can a way to try and fix this? Look around for any sort of clue.
Fix the parish specifically, or
I don't know, see if there's like a magic item or something laying
sure,
around.
make an
or if there's
investigation check.
Can I
in the
help him?
Aftermath that'll help this out.
You can have advantage on your investigation check.
Oh, how nice, because I have -3 currently to those. 13.
13. So you find some stuff on the bridge, which is cool. You find a sort of blue wooden shaft that's hollowed out.
Take it.
You find on the criminal's corpse this is something that you know about. You got trained about these. They're super illegal. A cloak of concealment is what he's wearing.
Take it.
Just right off him. Yeah, those are the magic items you find, other than the big... There's also the serrated sword, but you get the sense that's not magic, it's just serrated. Yeah. That's probably the best you can do as far as magic items are concerned, but as you sort of, like, make your way farther into town, most of the kobolds run from you, though there are 3 kobolds that are standing sort of in a triangular fashion with weapons drawn at one end of the court. They're looking at you. They're not actively attacking you, but they don't seem like they're friendly.
2 things. 1, are there any rock boys around?
This point, no. Well, yeah, the ones that were on the bridge got destroyed. You can see in the river some, like, crumbled down rock boys just laying there. But none that seem particularly active.
Alright. I said 2 things, but there was actually only 1. Does anyone else feel like there's anything we can do here? I feel a little defeated.
Well, to answer Shanti's question, when the parish was destroyed and we're like, we did it, and the guy said, or I forgot who said it.
The dog.
Yeah, no, it still exists inside the dog or something, and there's a big dog statue that hit a lot, and then the spectral dog came out. My money is on. I don't have any money. See, my book of phrases, like
The
I
dog
still take
does
two
not
sticks.
want us involved in any way, or whatever the voices in the dog's head were telling me. He
Yeah.
was very clear, like, leave us alone.
Yeah, it's because he wanted to rebuild. Didn't they say that? And so, if
I have it.
I don't know how long it'll take, but they'll probably bring it back to what it was, which was not good for the outside.
Yeah, he said home destroyed. Trusted them. It will take time, and then finally he said, "Get the fuck out."
I thought
Just like that.
the Dragonborn guy was here to like. Oh no, he was looking for something else, wasn't he? He was looking for the hour.
The hourglass, yeah.
Oh, we should have given him.
I mean, maybe
other half.
Yeah.
we don't even know that that was the problem. That was just some random talking hourglass that was honestly a little bit annoying.
Yeah, no, the hourglass is a different thing than this. The hourglass just happened to be there as well.
I have a stomachache.
Oh, I know some
out.
leaves that. Oh. So, my thought was if, I don't know, dispel the dog, dispel the last vestiges of this place. But we were talking and I don't know where the dog went.
My one qualm is, are we certain that the dog was the same force possessing our deceased friend here?
I
No.
don't think so. No, I'm unclear what was possessing our friend here.
Yeah, we don't. I think that's another part of this puzzle that we don't.
Oh, that is a good
get.
question. Where did that thing go? I think it left him and went into the parish, but now I don't know where either of them. Well, parish is around.
There's a lot of problems to deal with here.
I think we take the body. Septon's gonna try to pick up the cryptal.
He's not that heavy.
I think we're gonna take this here body and get out of here.
Yep.
Alright.
Anyone know any rules about transporting dead bodies in? Where are we again?
We're not-
Seymour?
Seymour?
Don't ask, don't tell. Pretty sure that's the official law or something.
We can bribe Richard if we have to.
And if we're questioned, we just say he didn't want to rest where he was killed, so
That's true.
we
Just
gotta
taking
find
him
his
to.
home, and on the way, maybe we also know where half of his soul is.
We'll see.
Septon, as you pick this man up, most of his bones are broken. The way in which he was moving in that last fight, you get the sense that whatever was controlling him didn't really care for his body's well-being.
Right.
Gross.
Oh. So it's like limp, but like not like dead limp, like even more so.
Even more so, like, yeah, his spine is snapped in several places. Like,
See, Peebs, that's what I was thinking too, and I'm picturing that happening back at the school. It's like Captain Sheena and Septon, like
weekend at Bernizing.
like puppeting a crystal.
There's a character I've DM'd, a character Michael has played in a game I've DM'd, got inside a Minotaur and puppeted it once. A Minotaur's
It was a
corpse.
bug. Oh, it was a Minotaur. I thought it was a
Minotaur.
bugbear.
So,
Yeah, it crawled inside.
it's happened before.
I feel like
that's
Captain Sheena
lovely.
wouldn't
But-
be huge on a cryptal hanging out.
Anyway. No, which is why I'm saying
Well, yeah, no, we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight to get
Gilligan.
Gilligan's.
Alright.
Sorry, I'm confused with my boss,
Okay.
Greg.
Yeah.
If everyone else thinks that's the right way to go, I'll follow. I just think we should at least tell someone about the portal circle and the dog.
tell somebody else. Yeah, like. Remember, we're training to be heroes one day.
Right.
It's way above our pay grade.
Should we tell Glark?
I don't think we're being paid.
Yeah,
Are we?
it's an expression you can add to your book.
They
So,
keep
like,
inventing new ones.
It's
How
hard.
does one keep up if they're...
Honestly, like 2 good expressions will last you all your life.
It's more of a way to like get out of something than anything. Like, not that I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to get out of it, but with good reason.
I'm trying to get out of here.
Hey,
Dun, 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 dun.
let's go.
Cool. You tether with the staff, turn with the weird shaft thing and the cloak, and Septon with a corpse. You make your way back out towards the fields, back out into the cave. And when you're there, you are met with the sound of sort of heavy breath being taken. You look around and you can see the goblin, Trisha, sort of lying on the ground. She's got some dried blood on her face, and her crystal claws all but shattered.
Great.
So it's not shattered?
She's got bits of it left still. The bottom half has been broken off.
Oh, shit. Trisha, are you okay?
I'm fine. I've been better. Did you take care of it?
We made things a lot worse.
We got the soul back we were looking for.
Well, I'm glad.
Parish might have exploded.
Well, I mean, it's not dead. And she sort of gestures with her stump arm towards the orb.
Would the parish also be a dog?
Parrish is a big floating guy.
Yeah, but then when the parish exploded, I forget who, but someone said it was also the dog, and I broke a giant dog statue, and a spectral dog came out, and it was me.
I've never seen a spectral dog in there before.
Well,
No, you look all beat up. Did the gold guy do that to you too?
oh no, he helped us out.
Did he beat you up?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Then when he came back out, I guess he felt bad because he gave me a healing potion.
I think he misunderstood what was going on. He was here looking for something else.
I tried to stop him from going in there, then he called me a creature of darkness and beat me within an inch of my life. Then a moment later, he walks back out and throws me a healing potion.
That sounds like him.
He seemed to have not been told all the details of whatever mission he's on. And he was just told to get rid of a great evil, and that could have been anything. Honestly, whoever gave him the mission did a terrible job.
All them devout types, blindly following whatever people say to them.
So, Tether opens her Facebook. What's on your agenda?
I'm going to take a nap.
Cool.
I think the crystal guys are down for a while.
They stopped freaking out down in their pit down there. But, yeah, probably. I've no fear of them. I know how to avoid them. You should get out of here before they get angry again.
We probably should.
What a great idea. Let's go.
So long. Hope to never see you again, Chaos Bringers.
Yeah, if you ever go back in there and you see a dog, I'd recommend hitting it.
Not gonna hit a dog. Thanks, though.
It's not like a real dog. Evil.
Cool. Yeah, and you make your way out through the caves. The broken ground room is probably a little difficult with a guy over your shoulder, but you manage to make your way through. You've been through before. And you exit out into the sunlight as morning is breaking in the real world.
Yikes.
All right then.
Friday morning, baby.
We should-
All right.
Been a week. Been a long week.
Are we going straight back to Walter's Watch?
Should we tell the kobolds and goblins?
I mean, we could at least make them aware of Trinity 2.
Why
Whatever
not?
I
good
mean,
that would
the-
do.
Oh, wait, they can't speak to the foxes. The foxes would be there, and I could ask them. Oh, but they can't.
Let's go back to Tall Spire.
Cool. Yeah, you make your way back to Tall Spire. It takes you better part of the day. A couple hours, I guess. You get there probably late morning, midday. And you see there is a bit of a commotion going on in the center of Tall Spire.
Like a commotion as in a bad commotion, or a commotion as in like a celebratory?
There's a crowd of people murmuring anxiously in the center of town.
I'd like to approach the crowd. No, wait, I'm carrying a dead body. Fuck it. I approach the crowd.
First, the crowd. The
Bye-bye.
crowd sort of parts, and you can see lying, just immobile on the ground, is Clark.
Oh, God. Is he conscious?
Seems pretty unconscious.
Is he dead?
You can check. Make a medicine check.
Sure, I'll medicine check him. Go up and I roll a little notice bulgy wolgy on his veiny weenies.
Terrible.
I rolled a 7.
7.
Are we exhausted right now? Do you have 1 point of exhaustion?
You still have a point of exhaustion, yeah.
Hold that thought.
I mean, you haven't slept, so...
7.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. He's not really moving that much.
What happened?
I could drop a healing spell on him.
I think he's dead.
A couple of kobolds in their kobold way let you know that he passed out a few hours ago and still hasn't woken back up, and nothing that they do will wake him up.
Have you tried magic, or...?
They have.
Okay. Shit.
You don't have the brain power right now to speak like a kobold?
No. I didn't expect you to come back here, so I wrote I realized I wrote this thing last week right afterwards, like, oh, if they come back through Tallspire, they'll notice this. And then I was like, and I'll put in some kobold words later. And then it comes to right now, and I didn't put in any kobold words, so...
I say, way, cob friend Clark take dirt nap.
Godfriend, old Glark, old man.
Oh, yeah.
Forever live, sleepy get.
Is there anyone else about this age, or who knew Glark very well, maybe?
The kobold, like big buff kobold guardsman hasn't come back from his trip to the Grey Fort, so he's not there to speak for anyone. Nobody really seems to know Glark, but you get the general consensus is he has been around here since before anyone's like grandparents were even here. I mean, he's from Trinity, which was like 100 years old. So.
Right, goblins aren't supposed to live that long.
Sure aren't.
Does anyone here know what I mean if I say Trinity?
Lots of nods, lots of excited mentions of how their ancestors are from Trinity, the Great Kingdom.
And what about Trinity 2?
They all look confused.
All right. And the parish?
No recollection there. A couple of people probably are like, from what Glark had told you before, it's sort of a cultural figure of sort of a harbinger of the end times.
I don't really know what to do or think about this, so...
Well, I don't know how we can help with Glark, but we can tell you all. Last we saw the carved stone glow boys were weakened and had calmed down.
Oh, they seem pretty excited about this. Kurtflax, the first kobold you met, steps forward. It says, Carvestone Glow Boys, weak sleep?
Hopefully.
Yeah, they seemed... They weren't aggressive when we left.
Oh, God, friends! Sleep Smash! Sleep Smash behind attack! And there's some, like, excited murmurs.
Alright, knock yourselves out.
Be careful, there's something in that cave.
Much thanks, tall brave cob pals. Rescue saved the Tall Spire.
I hope so.
For now.
And Kurtflax gives your leg a little hug, Septon.
Pat him on the head. Can I assume that's about where he
Yeah,
comes up?
that's about how tall she is, yeah. She gives you a toothy kobold grin and then runs off, and the kobolds seem to begin. They leave Glark where he's lying on the ground, and they seem to be getting excited and preparing some sort of assault on the caves.
I don't really feel like we did much of anything besides stumble into trouble and get killed.
That's because that's all we did.
What time is it right now?
Noonish.
Oh.
Would we have time? Do we have time to make it back to Wilter's Watch by the end of the day?
Oh yeah, plenty.
Okay.
And then sleep.
Yeah. Well, try to
Let's just
see if we solve that issue.
Yeah. Cool, yeah, so you spend the rest of your day making it back to Wilter's Watch. You make it back. Things seem, as normal. You go back to the inn. No sign of Rum or Elitha. No sign of the hourglass. The chest full of gold and gems is still there. But...
Hell yeah.
But,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
things are as normal as late afternoon becomes evening, and you're wandering around Wilter's Watch.
Shanti, how do you feel?
Well,
Now that all is said and done.
I feel like myself again, which is... Well, pleasant is the wrong word, but pleasantly neutral, I suppose would be the proper phrase.
Alright, why?
Better, maybe?
Better, yes, thank you, Septon. How about, the two of you?
Two of who?
The
the-
other two that died.
Thank you,
I'm
Luna.
assuming.
I
Yes.
am tired, and I want to go to bed. But we should probably... Okay, I'm gonna put the dead body in my room. We should probably, do you think we could find Richard so that we can leave tomorrow morning?
Are we taking this body all the way back with us? Perhaps we should give it to the grave keeper here in town, and he can...
We just talked about this.
Tern wasn't
Oh.
paying attention.
Alright, fine. My attention has not been great historically, and recently it's been worse than ever, so...
Yeah.
Fine, that's what you want to do.
But it would be nice to know where Richard is.
Yeah, it's not hard to find him. He's also staying in the inn. You can find him. He's more than willing to take you home bright and early tomorrow.
Before we head home, Richard... Yeah, does somebody else want to do this? Could you take us up to, Sorry, it's been a long day. The town north
Kelshar?
Kelshar!
Yes, of course. I could take you to Kelshar.
Alright, thanks. And, we have a bit of an odd cargo. Someone was fighting alongside us, and... Well, they went down. We want to get their body back somewhere appropriate. That's not going to be a problem.
I've transported a stranger.
Alright.
I go to bed.
Thanks, Richard.
Yes, see you bright and early.
Should we tell what was the guy's name who gave us this mission?
Second Talon Bolao.
Bolao.
We probably should.
Well, Now, we were instructed to go back to school if we tell him we completed the mission that puts us
I
in
assumed
a...
we were gonna tell him we completed the mission anyway.
But we didn't until now. And
Maybe.
Elitha knows that. I mean, if anybody else has... I'm just voicing my own concerns with that.
Do we know for sure we completed the mission?
That's the other...
Not really.
No, I think even if we didn't complete the mission, I think we should at least update them just in case. Oh, this happens again.
Alright, well, I suppose I'll go and find them and talk to Second Talon and let them know what happened, and then whenever we leave, we can leave.
I feel like it might be better if we just don't tell him.
That feels like lying.
And?
That's not what heroes do.
Oh, I assure you. I've heard the stories. Lying is often what heroes do.
Not this hero.
Fine.
Cool, so what's the plan? Who's doing what?
Alright, I'm going out in the street and I'm asking around, do you know where Second Talent Bolao is? Oh, hello, excuse me, do you know where Second Talent Bolao is?
Kragatha sends you in the right direction.
Kragatha.
She sends you to the wall.
Thank you, miss. And I go to the wall.
Yeah. Go to the wall, you ask for Second Talon Bolao. Sure enough, after a couple of minutes of waiting, next to very highly armed guards, you see him emerge from the bottom, sort of the door, down at the bottom of the tower. He approaches, he says, I thought you were heading home.
Right. Well, we had to, take a little pit stop over in, yonder direction.
Alright.
And we are thinking that we got the crystal rock beasts to calm down, which will stop the goblins and kobolds from invading the town and stealing the food and taking care of that problem. A lot of other stuff happened.
So I didn't know about any crystal rock beasts, but
Yeah, they were over there just bullying the goblins and kobolds.
and that's who was taking the food. Yeah, okay.
And also killing our friends. So
Yeah, you got your friend back alive, I guess?
oh yeah, we're all alive, all put together and fully conscious and alive and all there.
Okay.
I don't know. A bunch of other stuff happened I don't really understand. So I think the problem's solved, but I don't know for sure.
Alright, well, if I can spare somebody, I'll send him out to scout. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, a golden dragonborn showed up and said he's there to take care of some sort of issue, but then...
Did he give you a name?
Oh, yeah, he did, but honestly my memory's been so
He didn't.
terrible lately. I'm pretty sure he gave us a name, but I don't really remember it. He said he was working with some clerical order. Seemed mostly interested in the hourglass, which
Hourglass.
Brahm and Elitha may or may not have told you about. Anyway,
Sorry, this Bright Futures thing. You're training to be the next Silver Citadel.
I blink at him obviously.
May Bahamut's blessing rain down upon us plenty. Thanks for letting me know, kid.
Agreed. Oh, anytime. I'm gonna go take a nap now because I have less blood than brains, and that's saying something.
Okay. You see him wearily massage one of his scars on his face as he turns around and shakes his head and walks back into the wall.
Alright, go back to the tavern. Don't worry, I took care of everything. He knows the whole story.
Good job, Turn.
Thanks.
Super.
It's been a while since I felt like something went our way, and I felt like that was one of those little successes, you know? Just gotta like look at the positive side. Like, all right, well, we got Shandy's soul back. That's great. So, and now we're like stronger than ever. We know more than anything about fighting now, so we're getting stronger every day.
Exactly.
Well, I'm about ready to go to bed.
All right.
Mm.
Everybody be prepared for things to go wrong again, but hopefully they don't.
I'm sure they'll be fine. But if we have bad dreams again, should have gotten the dog. Well, okay. Good night.
All right. You all go to bed, and as you do, you're fine. No no nightmares arrive. You get a restful night of sleep. No more exhaustion. You wake up
Nightmare me. You
feeling.
won't.
Well, I can't. The cause of the nightmares is not alive anymore.
It's a little over there,
Yes.
and a little over there, and a little over there.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Or it's gently reposing in your fucking bedroom.
Both possible.
Hey, spoilers. I don't even know that. I'm back in the living room.
You didn't think it
I
was the
wish-
guy who summoned nightmares in the last fight that you had that was giving you
Listen.
nightmares?
No, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
You are ruining my immersion.
sounds good. But yeah, you wake up feeling fully rested. Well, Sean D, I think you still got another day before you're feeling up to
Yeah,
full snuff.
But at least I'm only at -1 to every roll
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
That's almost like being at -0.
almost.
Close.
Alright, full rest.
I can
Hey, you're
I
feeling
can
good.
switch over now, Blake, right?
Yeah, you can. You also feel as though some of your arcane abilities have been sapped away.
No, all.
I know, I was just flavoring it. But you feel a presence within you where the missing piece of your soul once was. It's back, but it feels different.
A little more loosey goosey. Maybe we'll come out and say hi.
Maybe.
A little more loosey, a little less goosey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling good. So it's morning. The town of Wilter's Watch is coming alive, as it tends to do. You hear the horses sort of clopping around outside as Richard brings the carriage up. Anything you want to do here before you leave?
Question. This staff, had I attuned to it during this rest? So that's know what it is, or do I have
You gotta
to still,
attune during a short rest, because you can't just sleep next to it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll do that on the fun ride.
Right, so I have two things here. One is this weird hollow crystal tube, and one is this
It's wood. It's wooden. The tube is
wooden hollow tube, and one is this cloak that I have no idea what either of them do. But does anyone?
You know what the cloak does? It's a common illegal artifact.
Oh, I found that illegal thing.
Ooh.
No.
Yes.
What does it do? I throw it on.
It's
How do I look?
it's the cloak of concealment. It as he throws it on, it just sort of hides
You got 2 cloaks on.
him. Like you can't see his weapons. You can't see his coin pouch.
That's why they
Can't
call
see
me.
his other cloak.
Yeah.
That's why they call me Two Cloak Turn.
Yeah.
No, that's great. We gotta keep that.
All right, who wants it? I probably won't be using it that much, but
Una likes to hide stuff.
No, I
Una, do you want the
don't.
cloak of concealment?
Or you like to hide yourself.
Yeah, but not with the legal means.
Shandi's all about hide and stuff. You used to have a magic item. You already have a magic item that hides stuff.
Do I?
All right.
Who says it's illegal?
The earring.
It's a common illegal item.
Right. I guess I have heard that it's illegal.
Says
used
the
for a lot
town
of
guard.
And if we bring that,
Is it illegal in this town or illegal like all over the place.
It's illegal in Zymor, at least.
Yeah.
You don't know about any other countries.
Good thing we're not in Seymour.
We very much are.
Turn says.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well, okay, what's the group say? We giving this thing in?
Yeah.
Alright, there's 1 vote for turning it in.
We can
Keep.
give it to Sheena.
1 vote for keep. 2 votes for turning it in. Turning it in.
I don't see what's wrong with saving it for a rainy day.
Alright, 2 for keep, and I suppose that I'm the tiebreaker. Let me think. Do I...
All I'm saying is we've made a bad enough rep for the Bright Futures Initiative, and maybe
This will help us hide our bad rep.
will that I got what you're going for, but no. And even if the group decides to hold on to it, I can't guarantee that I'm going to keep that a secret from someone at Hagen.
What's the punishment for this? How legal is it? Is it like
I mean,
go to
you'll
jail?
go to jail for it, yeah.
Hmm.
It's probably not the most illegal thing because it's just so commonly used in criminal activity, particularly in conjunction with the Shaded Alley, which is a thieves guild that is pretty prominent in Zymor, that they tend to arrest people who have it. You can appeal against that arrest, but you will probably be arrested, at least to begin with.
Also, if we tell them we have it, and we're supposed to be the heroes of tomorrow, maybe there's something they can do to allow us to have it. Important people get away with shit all the time, right?
That's not a bad point.
That is a very good point.
Maybe
Alright,
it's
well,
like
I suppose
when
we'll-
you're older, we'll keep this in...
Yeah, maybe we
Closet.
could give it to like, or show it to like Sheena and Brahm and
The
tell
back
them.
burner.
What's the back?
Not quite.
Keep it in the back burner.
Almost.
Do back burners
burner.
exist?
I barely even know her.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright, let's turn it into Sheena then. Sounds like a plan. Okay, what's this thing do? Is it like a little flute? Doo 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 doo.
Doesn't really make flute noises.
That's
It
that's
doesn't-
not a flute I've ever
Farting
seen.
noises.
Doesn't
think
really
I can
make
play
flute
the flute.
noises.
Didgeridoo.
I mean,
Flute.
some of you saw this thing turn into a spectral axe in the hands of the Cryptal before.
Oh.
Oh right, I try to turn it into a spectral axe.
Seems like you might have to spend more time with this thing in order
Guys,
to do
we're
that.
on our way to a store that specializes in magic items.
We are?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
where
that
we're
was the
supposed
other
to be
part of
going.
the thing we were talking about that you didn't quite catch on.
We're going
It's
to
alright.
we're going to Kalshar to see.
Right,
the
so
boy
are we
Gilligan.
sure we want to take this body with us? Because I don't really know that that's the best thing to do.
Ah, shit.
We tell.
Can I have the cloak of concealment?
No.
There you
No.
go.
We are.
All right, I throw it over him in the
I'm not
back of
going to
the.
talk anymore. Fine.
I throw it over him in the back of the wagon.
Concealed.
Do it.
Talk to me.
It's concealed.
Just
There we
looks
go.
like a big black cloth.
There we go. See? That way we can just stop at Kelshar, run in, talk to our friend, head back down to school. What was our problem? Our plan with the body?
Oh, funny that.
That's what
You
I've been
know what
asking
I?
this
You know what I
entire
already
time.
said. You know what I already said.
No, but please tell me.
The plan with the body.
Una actively having a bad time with these idiots.
We were going to take it into Kelshar and check at Gilligan's
said,
to
if
see
we're
if the
caught,
crystal has a
anybody-
soul.
Yeah, if anybody asks anything, we say, "Look, this guy asked to not be kept where he was killed, and we're trying to help him out. There's nothing wrong with that.
We're also
Alright.
traveling with a Kelshar
Okay.
town guard.
That's true.
Alright, let's leave. Oh. Was that my job? It's been so long ago. I've probably been fired by now. I wouldn't blame
Where
him.
are we right now? Because wherever we are, I'm leaving.
You're
Well,
just
why-
in the inn.
I thought we were in the
you,
cart.
you must have been in the cart at this point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Right.
wait, we got the
Oh.
treasure chest, right?
Did you?
No, nobody
Yes.
said it.
What treasure chest?
Shit.
It's your
should
blood
turn
money,
around.
Shandy.
I mean, do you want him to turn around to go back for the treasure chest, or you just want to
I
get
feel
out of here?
like we would not leave the treasure chest behind.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
we'd just leave that.
Treasure chest is in the back. That's fair enough.
Right.
Right next to the corpse.
Yep.
The concealed corpse.
I mean, like, it doesn't look like nothing. It looks like there's a cloak on top of something. But
Perfect.
yeah,
Right, so it just like conceals the items that the wearer is carrying, right?
yes,
So it looks like a corpse that is now carrying nothing.
nothing, pretty much.
It has all the magical properties of a coat in the real world. It conceals what you're carrying.
No one will know, except I guess you can't tell that somebody's wearing it.
Yeah.
Is the
It conceals any weapons they have, any items they have, what armor that they might be wearing. It was the reason why Tether couldn't tell whether or not he was wearing metal armor back in the fight.
If I walked down the streets of Kelshar wearing this, would anyone be able to be like, he's wearing a cloak of concealment?
I mean, there are signs
Okay.
that turn you've probably been taught to look for. I don't know if you remember them anymore, considering how your life has been going. But there are particular tells, as the cloak does tend to sort of like flicker at certain, like a trained eye can pick out a cloak of concealment.
interesting.
Wow, it's raining, huh?
Yeah,
It's coming down.
Well, that just hit us not that long ago.
it's really around.
But yeah, you're on your way.
All right.
If there's anything that you want to do on the 2-day journey back, let me know. Otherwise, we can just sort of skip on through it.
Can I attune to this?
Yeah, you can attune
Yeah.
to it. And I'm
you.
going to pull you guys here.
I'd like to attune to the hollow spectral
Cool.
axe thing.
Sorry, this is going to take a second to load. All right.
Turn is trying to learn how to play music from him, and all of a sudden an axe comes out.
Hopefully it's not the face end.
Yeah, take his head
Just
off.
die.
So we'll start with you, Tether. This
Thank you.
is the Staff of Cragtooth. This staff is etched and inlaid with rare... It's a wooden staff, etched and inlaid with rare stones and topped with a gently rotating stone cube. This staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. It has 5 charges for the following properties, and regains 1d4 + 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll
You
a...
cut out real quick. Sorry.
I mean, you can read it too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it has 5 charges.
You read.
It regains 1d4 + 1 expended charges each day at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff calcifies and shatters in your hands. You can use an action to expend 1 or more charges to cast the following spells, using your spell save DC. Maximilian's Earth and Grasp for 2 charges, Wall of Sand for 2 charges, Earthbind for 1 charge, or Stone Shape for 4 charges. Or you can expend 5 charges to have a 50% chance to transform the staff into a friendly Earth Elemental to fight by your side. The Elemental
That's
acts
so fucking cool.
on your initiative and lasts for 1 minute before reverting into the staff.
Yo.
So the way that would work is you expend all 5 charges, you roll the 50% chance to transform on a 51, or I guess 50 or higher. Yeah, 51 to 100 on the D100, it succeeds. Lower, it doesn't. And then you roll your D20 to see whether or not the staff breaks.
Okay. Can I tell you? I was after you said you could read it. I was trying to read it on stream, and then I realized, oh, it's on
Yeah, it's on Map
Map
Tool.
Tool, so I could read it there.
It's on Map Tool.
Yeah.
Okay, and turn as you do your thing. Change to token. There you go. This is the Morning Axe. This is a battle axe, requires attunement. It is, at first, seemingly just a well-carved shaft of tough blue wood. This spectral Illithian axe only reveals itself when called upon. As a bonus action, the owner of the Morning Axe may speak a command word to shift it between its dormant form, the shaft, and its active form, a magical ghostly axe. While in its active form, the axe deals an additional 1d4 necrotic damage on a hit. Otherwise, it behaves as a magical axe.
What was this guy wielding it in one hand?
Yeah.
But is the battle axe the one-handed weapon, or is that is it versatile?
Battle axe is versatile. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will add that to my equipment. Does anybody fancy themselves an axe person? I had a great axe a little bit before, but now I have this adamantine longsword. It's pretty cool. I mean, this thing's pretty cool as well. Now I can actually do magic damage. Is anyone a strength-based fighter besides me?
No.
What a bunch of nerds. I twirl it, flourish it, pop the axe out, drop it. It sinks like into the ground. Whoops. Pick it back up.
You mean into the cart?
Right, that's what I meant. It damages the cart.
Yep.
Sorry, that's I'll fix that right up.
It's alright, says Richard.
I'll cast mending.
Nice.
Mend up the cart.
In the next minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so those are the 3 items.
How long is the shaft?
Like
4 questions.
Sorry.
I was holding it in.
I could see it behind your little
it's
eye.
like the same as a hand and a half sword hilt.
Oh, interesting. Does it?
Just looks like a hollowed out tube of wood carved with runes that you don't know.
I really want to turn this into a flute. That turns into an axe.
It's made of wood.
Ah. All right, I'll put that on the back burner. Wink.
Nice. See, that was a good one. That was a good
Thanks.
example.
That's the only one you're getting all session.
Oh,
Session.
My brain is soup.
session.
Right.
What?
Turn has somehow become so stupid that he sees the meta narrative.
Did you mean to say season?
I'm pretty sure I said what I meant.
Right, but okay.
Our next mission is to find a decursor.
Brum said he knew someone, but Brum ain't here.
Why do we need a decursor? Is one of us cursed?
Anyway.
That's just what hero people do. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
find
we gotta
cursors?
build up like contacts, you know.
All right, I know lots of people. I'm all about contacts and pretty much everyone likes me when they first meet me.
I'm just gonna like slough over and put my head between my knees for like the rest of
The 2-day
ever.
trip.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Una? You feeling sick? Do you have a stomachache? Tether said she has some leaves. Tether, feed Una your leaves.
I don't have them with me, I'm sorry.
Oh. Alright, I'm sure these will be good. I like reach out the side of the cart, try to grab a leaf off a tree.
That's poison ivy.
Alright, never mind. Poison ivy.
You get no response from Una.
Turns out Una doesn't like to eat poison ivy. You learn something new every day.
So the rest of the 2 days sort of pass by like this.
Oh my gosh.
Richard seems to keep a cheery tune in his whistle the whole time. Doesn't seem to mind much, but he also doesn't really interact with you guys too much either. You make camp pretty much at the same spot you made camp last time when the dreams started up, but no bad dreams this time, obviously. And then probably late afternoon the next day. So that was Saturday. It is Sunday. Late afternoon on Sunday. You may get to the gates of Kelshar.
We have class tomorrow, don't we?
You do. You're also expected back on campus sometime today.
Yeah, we can make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can wait here if you I can take you into Kelshar if you want. My horses don't love it in there so much, but I can wait here and take you back to campus when you're done.
I mean, we can pay you a little more if you can get us right to the
Oh,
door.
I've already been paid.
All right. I mean, should we just ride right up to the door of Gilligan's Island?
I can take
Yep.
you there. Yeah, he takes you on in. You make it up. Gilligan is closing up shop for the day, but he sees you. He's like, "Oh, welcome. Hello, Una. How are
Hi.
things? How was your trip?"
I'll tell you about it another time.
Not good then, I assume.
Yeah.
I am
Could've-
sorry.
could've been better.
You missed Gregor and Granda. They were here this week, but they went out to get more things.
Oh
so.
man. Okay. Remember that thing?
The thing from the night?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's still there?
Yes.
Yeah, we have something related to it. Can I just like uncover the head?
Oh,
He like
jeez.
stumbles backwards. Is this when you have a? What kind of people are you?
We didn't do this. We didn't do this.
Oh,
Well,
We fought by his side when it happened.
oh, a friend then.
we think the gem can help him.
Okay.
Maybe. Kind of a shot in the dark, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very well. I suppose bring it in.
Thank you.
Father would
blinds.
kill me if he knew. There's no windows in the back room.
Got it.
Yeah. He like leads the way. He's just like wringing his hands, looking just very nervous about the whole situation. Yeah, well, I hid it, and he sort of pulls some like shelves forward and reaches down. It's like, here. And he pulls it out. He's not touching it with his bare hands. He's got a big glove on. What did you want with it? I can. And he puts it on top of the Magitech scanner.
Somebody who's more creative than me or more magically inclined, maybe?
Una,
Yeah,
you said last time it was like alive?
that's what we found out from the scanner. Or something is living.
I'm wondering if it's still alive?
Would you like me to scan it again?
Yeah.
Will that take too long?
A couple of minutes. Una, if you don't mind. The two of you perform the scan. You hold the thing, position the arms, put the sheets in there. It's the rest of you look on. It's like a surprisingly complicated process to scan this thing.
We're just doing a beautiful interpretive dance. It's
Yeah.
very sexy.
He's like because you're small and he's very big, so he's like reaching around you. You guys, honestly, the size difference works to your advantage in this situation.
Hey.
But finishes and he says, "Yes, it is. There is life energy inside of this thing. It is part of a living something."
I mean, we could just try to put it in his hands.
Yeah.
All right. You can do. I feel as though you should do this.
Okay, can I take the Cryptal's hands and see if I can, like, close them around it?
Sure. You close around the thing, and for a minute, the thing glows in much the same way that the crystal creatures glowed when they would hit you and steal your life. Nothing seems to happen, though, because there is no life to be stolen.
Right. Shit.
I think our friend is beyond, saving.
He is one of them, one-eyed marauders. We heard about them in Skimbra from their march.
Yeah. Cryptals.
You say he's your friend?
No.
1 minute he wasn't, 1 minute he was, then
Yeah.
he wasn't again.
That is in keeping with the, folk stories they tell up in Skimbra about their kind.
Not like that. I don't think he was himself.
Alright, I guess. The lives that you lead are very interesting, filled with intrigue. I'm not sure if I can follow the excitement. I've never seen a corpse before, until a couple of weeks ago. And now I've seen 2, so...
We used to make them be like marionettes
What?
back home.
You did what?
Oh no.
You know, like you tie string?
To a person's body?
Alright, well,
I mean, the person's got.
You know, I was so sure this was gonna work and didn't think of what to do if it didn't work.
we take him somewhere and bury him.
I'm happy to hold on to this crystal more if you need me to, but I do not want to have this body here.
No, we take that with us.
Yeah. I don't want
If you have a place for this crystal as well, I would love to not have it, but...
Elitha could figure out something about it.
maybe.
I mean, let's face it,
Oral.
the person who is looking for it is... Well...
Oh, he was the one who did... Wait. He was looking for this? And
Yeah.
was he the one who did that to that dwarven man?
Yeah.
I think so.
He... A twisted web of blood and conspiracy here. I do not... it is too complicated for my tastes. Up in Skembra, if you had a problem with someone, you hit them with an axe in their chest. None of this possession.
Well, I guess the best thing we can do is get this out of here
Yeah.
for you.
That would be good.
Thank you, Gilligan. And sorry
Yes.
about.
No, it's alright. I mean, you know, my parents told me that there would be much excitement to be had in the South, and not all of it pleasant. And, you know, they're right about most things, these included.
Well,
Hey.
Gilligan. Hello, my name is Turn. Nice to meet ya.
We've met. You did not have those the last time we met, though.
Oh right, these are new. Sorry, memory's really not doing so great these days.
Can we put the ears under the thing?
I have a more important question. Can you turn this into a flute?
What is that?
I twirl it. Do I have to attune to the glasses that I'm wearing? Is that
The glasses don't require attunement.
is that like a actual item that's in, or is that a homebrew item?
Everything's homebrew.
Oh, okay. I don't know if there's a stat block I should be aware of or something.
No, I mean there is. It actually should be on this item page. Did I not put it on here? Yeah, it's up. If you scroll up on this item page, there's
Oh, the sharp eye spectacles.
the sharp eye spectacles. Yeah, all of the items that you guys have are on this page.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm going to screenshot that one so I have it. Okay, perfect. That
I
means
also sent it in the Discord. If you ever need those sent again, I can do that.
The only thing not on here is the Cloak of Concealment.
Because it doesn't need to be. It just conceals what you have.
Does it require attunement? or-
Nope.
That's good because that means I do have the attunement slot for this item. So I twirl it around and I once again turn it into an axe and drop it on the ground like, huh.
Nope.
Still getting used to it. It turns into an axe.
Wow, I can take a look at it. I mean, I'd have to be careful if you want me to turn it into a flute, not to a damage the magical property of the axe.
Right, I still wanted to turn it into an axe, but I also want to be able to play it like it's so big though, it might sound more like an oboe.
An oboe.
But that would be fine. Or a big clarinet.
Well, technically it would be a small clarinet because clarinets are larger than oboes.
No.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Clarinets are larger than oboes?
Mm-hmm. If we're talking about at least the diameter of it is bigger.
Well, is it a tenor or
As
a
well
bass
as a
or
little
an
as
alto
a little
clarinet?
bit. Well, alto clarinets may be smaller than the oboes, but the standard clarinet is both longer and wider than a normal one.
Huh.
Than an oboe.
Alright. This world of yours, well, I'm not a musician, so I'll
This
take
is,
their
this
word
is
for
not my world. That's just fucking true. Are you thinking about bassoons right now? Oboes are bitty.
I feel like they're not.
Depends on the oboe.
Not really.
Aren't there
Alright.
different tiers of oboe?
Yeah,
I'm
A
sure.
clarinet is 27.5 inches, and oboe is 26 inches.
There you go.
Around?
Interesting.
No.
Blake in his fanciful world.
Listen, I was a band kid. I know.
Yes, so was Phoenix.
Right. I was a band kid.
What'd you play? You played trumpet.
Sax.
And
I played
also
trumpet
sousaphone.
and sousaphone.
Played trumpet. Hey, I played trombone in sousaphone.
I played a whole bunch of brass. And now I play a whole bunch of ass.
How do you play an ass?
She's gone. She's gone. It's you did that. You did that.
Yeah, that's fair.
How do you play an ass?
You pretty much
Don't
just
answer that.
you just do what I do, and then you are. Maybe what if
Chelsea,
I'm
come
playing-
back. We need you for the overlay.
What if I'm playing the part of the ass, like I'm being the fool? You know, that's what I meant. What you guys think I meant?
Regardless, I could. You'd have to leave this with me, and I could spend some time looking at it. I mean, I am not the expert. My mother is the one who is better at this sort of thing, but I could give it a look.
All right. Well, if you destroy it, no harm, no foul.
Oh, very, very well.
But
I will
I
do
would
my
love
best
to-
not to.
Play this like some sort of instrument, and then it needs a command word to switch into a weapon. So I would love to whisper to it, "Toot toot, painful flute," and then turn into my axe.
I will
And
do
that's-
my best.
And that is honestly, if that's one of the only things I accomplished during this entire campaign, I'll feel fulfilled.
What campaign?
Great. Yes, I can work on this, of course.
All right, I'm ready to go home.
Alright, yeah, you head back outside with the corpse. And
Anyone know where to bury a body?
Richard.
Lake.
Last time you threw something in the lake, that went really well. Richard takes you back to Hagen Estate. And you are met with actually a pretty cute sight.
Me? Is it turn?
Yeah, it's turn.
It's turn.
There's a little banner that has been hung over the front gate that says "Welcome back, students," and you can see Mrs. Lee standing out there, and she's got just a plate full of baked treats.
Aren't we coming from the wrong direction?
It's the same entrance because you go out onto the road.
As well, it's a corpse.
No. Tackle turn to the ground. Just shove his cat face into the ground.
Welcome back, student, my little chickadees. Welcome back. Where's?
Hi.
Oh, come on down. I've baked you some beautiful treats. I hope everything went well on your first little mission there.
Did you bring my favorite treat?
I did.
What is it?
The one that
This
you
you
told me to
remember.
make.
We had this discussion.
Yes, and I made it right here. She shows you the plate.
Of lemon bars?
Of
No,
dwarf.
Turn hates lemon.
It's not lemon bars.
I just watched this. It was like.
Listen, my brain is filled with all sorts of fucking lore and details that don't matter, but it's not filled with this one.
It's a sky scone or a sky biscuit.
Yeah, okay,
Basically
I
the
do
same
remember that.
thing. I grab it and I eat
Here
it.
you go. I made it for you. I made a bunch in case anybody wants more.
Does anybody else want a sky biscuit?
Sure, I'll try one. But we should probably, get back to the house and...
Where are Brahm and Elitha?
On trial.
They had to stay behind for
Trial.
adult reasons.
They are in the grove, handling some things.
Some family stuff came up.
Oh, well, do you know when they'll be back?
Nope.
Unclear,
Huh.
depending on the trial.
But
Okay.
you got that like messaging system, so you can talk to them, right?
Well, maybe. But if they're, I mean, I don't know what the Grove is, really, but,
Just a place.
okay, well, I'll do my best. If the classes are tomorrow, we'll figure something out as far as classes are concerned.
Classes are just canceled.
No, Elsa
no.
gave us all of her lesson plans for a bit.
Oh, that's great. Well then,
Yeah.
you know, I'll figure something out. I'm sure Sheena would be willing to fill in for Brom. And I'll reach out and see if I can get someone to run those lesson plans for her. But that might be hard to do on such a quick turnaround. But we'll figure something out.
Well, if nobody volunteers, I could maybe lead them through the lesson plans with Shandi's help.
Yeah, Uno would be a great teacher.
That would be great, dearie, but I think, you know, we're supposed to be an institution on the level of most of the colleges around this place, so
Right.
For now, maybe, yes, but we should probably get someone in here as a substitute in the meantime.
Okay.
But for tomorrow, here's what we'll do.
Oh,
I'll come to class with you, and then you can give me the little sheet, and I'll do my best, but you guys can help me out with the things that I don't know. How does that sound?
Sure.
Alright, but there's
Like-
a lot of things I don't know.
Do
Like,
you
I
want-
meant to say, on the trip back, I wanted to read
Reading
the
through.
lesson plans.
Yeah, they're pretty intense, but...
Cool. Good.
You get some of them. She also writes in like unbelievably sloppy shorthand. So some of it is a matter of deciphering more than understanding.
Insanely sloppy house. We
Um,
all know an elf.
Damn, you live like this?
Well,
Damn, you right like this.
yeah. But Mrs. Lee lets you go as she sort of scurries off. Well, she leaves the plate of baked goods with you.
I've been like 8 already.
Yeah. And she scurries off back into the main building, theoretically to start reaching out for replacements. Yeah. And you are here now. She was so taken aback by Brahman Alpha not being there that she did not notice the body in the cart with you, nor did Richard bring it up. Because he's a chill dude.
As planned.
So,
Should we invite
Just-
Richard to the
no.
boys' room? It seems like the appropriate thing to do at this point.
I think
Getting a
I'll
little
pass on
No.
that one,
we
thanks.
just gotta get.
Let's get ourselves and our friend back to the house and then figure out what we're doing.
Let's bury him somewhere not on campus.
You know, I do my best not to intervene with the conversations of my passengers, but
Please do, Richard.
Hey, you're part of the group at this point, so speak
oh,
up.
thank you. I've met with some cryptals before. Some of them are unpleasant. Some of them are actually rather nice. But all of them have a few drives that is unique. That is not unique. It's true of all of them. And one of them is their desire for a final destination. In fact, I've driven some dying cryptals back there. Twice, actually. Oh, it's far away, and I have other jobs, so I can't do it for you, but
Are you sure?
every cryptal wants to die where they're born in Ir Dael, over in Nildor.
Well, I bet this carriage could fit so many dead cryptals in it, so...
Yes, but I have a job in the Bergen Coalition I have to go take care of.
How much would it cost for you?
Money is no object.
If you...
I
if-
mean, it's an object.
We are the wealthiest people you'll ever meet.
We are not.
That's not true.
But
unfortunately, it's not a case of money. I like to uphold my contracts, and I've made one already.
I wonder if Colrail could just, like, get his body teleported to Irdial.
You seem to have plenty of resources at your disposal. I'm sure you'll figure something out. But for now, I'm going to bid you a fond adieu. It was good to meet all of you, and I sure do hope things work out for you.
Thank you, Richard.
So long. And he turns the cart around, and you see him as he just leaves through the main gate. And the sign, the welcome back sign, sort of like swings down on one side as he goes through.
All right, well, let's take the body back to the house.
Great.
Una, where else are we gonna keep it?
No, I'm not fighting it. I'm just not happy about it.
So should we
There's a
keep it
difference.
like in the living room or like under the house?
No, under
No.
the house it'll start to decompose.
Put it in,
He won't decompose for another 7 days.
put it in Tether's mushroom garden.
Yeah.
All right, under the house.
Well, does it
Wait,
smell?
no,
Will it attract
hold on.
animals?
It
Hold
won't
on.
smell. It's not.
No,
decomposing.
guys, we gotta treat him with some respect. It's a dead body.
What's wrong with Tether's mushrooms? They're plenty respectful.
They're very nice.
And also, he's a dead body. I mean, like, what is, like, the three of you, do you remember being dead at all? We could have stuffed your body and, like, threw it in the river and been like, alright, farewell.
Is that why I was so wet when I woke back up?
Well, you did die in a river.
But he wasn't
Also, we were all,
And then
like,
who used-
crying at the
who
moment.
used,
There are lots of tears all over the place.
Yeah, who used Shandia as a flotation tube on the river?
A flotation tube.
I don't remember who did that.
It might. Was it me?
Well,
no,
I was-
don't
no,
think
I was with
carrying the
Tern.
body at that point. I don't
Yeah,
think
me and Tern were together. Una, Septon was carrying.
It was me. It was definitely me.
So I think
Look,
we should
Shandy,
pass
I
this
carried
section.
you.
Like, what time is it?
It's evening. It's like 8 or 9 p.m.
We should
And
talk.
have we established that Colrell doesn't sleep over on campus?
Sometimes does, sometimes doesn't.
We could,
Let's just find somebody. Probably Colrill.
yeah.
We don't really, honestly, we don't have that many resources. It's either Colrell or the squirrels, so
I could
that's
ask
all we
them.
really know.
The squirrels could band together and just
Harry him.
carry him to
Listen,
All the
Nildale.
way to Nildor.
Yeah.
Pretty far.
that gang
Acorn,
knows what they
Acorn
said.
Gang. It's Acorn Gang.
It is
not
the
Nut
Acorn Gang.
Acorn Gang, yeah.
The Acorn Gang can do anything.
They're stepping on my turf.
Who wants to go talk to Corel?
All of us?
All of us. All right.
Cool. Yeah, you head over to
Leave the body
Colrell's
in the
house, which is you leave the body. Okay, cool. You head on over to Colrell's house, which is the third one, sort of up the stairs in the back of the teacher's quarters. Knock on the door. You hear a voice say, just a moment. And then quieter say, now wait here. And then the door is opened. Colrell is there in just a lavender silken robe.
I rolled a
Yes.
notice bulgy wolgy.
No!
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 36.
No bulgy wolgy.
Because they just finished!
Or
No bulgy wolgy to be had.
mhm.
Oh.
I mean, like,
Carl.
with a 36, I would notice, like, not just the bulgy wolgy of certain anatomy. I noticed the bulgy wolgy of, like, blood
The
pumping through
soul.
veins.
With your notice bulgy wolgy, Colrell was definitely just in the other room having a fun time with someone.
Up to some very athletic activities, I see.
Where's Private Johnson?
Wait, they're back? No. Do you say that?
No. Hey, Colrill.
Yes. I'm a little busy, if you haven't noticed.
Right, we have.
We have
right,
a bit
I
of a
can-
corpse
A corpse. Wow.
Interesting way to start.
that needs to get... And you look like someone who knows a lot about rigor mortis. And it needs to get
Clever.
somewhere far away.
Okay, well, I'm in the middle of something.
You look like you're in the middle of talking to us.
I mean,
I
basically,
suppose I am.
it doesn't have to happen right now, but can you help us get a dead body to Eardial?
Tether casts repose corpse, so we got like 7
Gentle
days.
repose.
Right, that one. We'll toss it under the porch. We'll leave it there for you.
So you have, sorry, a dead cryptal in your house. Yeah, that was a much more interesting trip than I thought it would be.
You have no idea.
We'll have to tell you, and we'll do tea, crumpets, the whole nine.
And how do Brahm and Nelitha feel about this?
They're in jail.
They're not.
They're on trial.
Oh, you went to the Grove?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's
They're
like
on
the first
trial.
place we went to.
I don't think they know about the cryptal, to be honest.
Not quite.
Well, we can keep it that way. If that's what you
Beautiful.
prefer. Unfortunately, the walls have ears, as does my friend, so I'll just make sure that he stays quiet, yes?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Oh, don't worry, he has your best interests in mind.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Would you like me to take care of this now? I could do
I
that.
mean, not if you're in the middle of something.
Well, it can wait.
Really? Because ovulation times within the animal kingdom are very.
Oh, darling,
What?
I'm not trying to give birth. It's all about the pleasure, Tether. Either way, hearing about a cryptal has thoroughly put me out of the mood. Plus, leaving a cryptal's corpse under your porch is not the wisest thing, so I'll take care of it. William!
I said we should.
We've got to
keep
move a body! And you hear Johnson's voice from the other room saying,
William.
a body?
Hi, Johnson.
Hell yeah.
you see Johnson like peek out, just bright red. Ah! Welcome back!
Hell
I
yeah.
rolled and noticed bulgy wolgy.
Roll it.
I rolled another 36.
Only his head is peeking out, but yeah, you got
Uh-huh. What's his face doing, though? Is that still hidden?
bright red.
No
Welcome
need to
back.
stand at attention for us, Private Welly Johnson.
Oh God.
At ease, soldier. At ease.
I'm gonna get dressed, Corel. Yes, you should, darling. He'll take care of it. He'll bring it back here, and I'll deal with it. Don't you worry.
All right.
Where did you say it was?
It's in boys' room.
All right. I don't know what that is, but
It's in our house.
I think you know what that is.
all right.
It's the room that doesn't have dirt on the floor. And
Surprisingly, it's the cleaner room.
and 3 beds. Hey, our dirt room is clean.
Sorry, you
I'll
live.
have you know.
You live in the dirt.
Well,
Yeah.
Tether does.
It's comfy.
Listen, I am not someone to yuck someone else's yum.
It's
Good
the room
for
with
you.
30 butt swords hanging from one wall.
That
And a
sounds
bunch of
about
birds
right.
for some reason.
Oh yeah, lots of birds. Which you'd think they'd be in our jungle room. Remember when we painted it?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, we can do both. I have plenty of birds.
We have quite the
Well,
animal ecosystem in
Wha-
our house.
Why don't you run on home? I'll send William over when he's ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, this is funnier.
Alright, I'm gonna go
Una,
take a
Una,
nap.
Una climbs out of the hole that she just sank into during that whole discussion.
Cool, yeah. Corel goes back inside. The door closes. You guys, I assume, head back to your house.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
15 to 20-ish minutes later, there's a knock on the front door.
Oh man.
Johnson steps in. Dressed up. He's got his full set of armor on. Helmet included. I'm here to grab the thing.
You got it.
Isn't that why you were at the last place? Sorry.
Yeah.
There was no body at the last place. It's here. Why would he be at the last place to grab
Okay,
the thing?
let's move on. We're on another topic.
Sorry, I just want someone to explain
No,
it to me because I don't think I'm
He's
keeping up.
Boys' room can talk
we-
about it.
Can we write like a note
Well-
to send with him?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry,
do whatever.
XOXO.
I can
Do-
explain it if
Pictures.
you turn.
Mhm.
what-
Tether, I really appreciate if you didn't, actually.
Sefton's gonna start to
Heather's-
write out what happened.
Is
Cool.
this some sort of secret that I don't know anything
No.
about?
No, it was... listen, this is a really awkward situation, guys. You know, when adults feel like they want to And
Listen. Private Johnson, we'll cover this tonight during our nightly boys' room discussion.
okay, I just want.
Educational night for all three of us.
Yeah, we'll talk about you.
Great. I just want you guys to know, that. Where's the body?
Like I said, it's in boys' room.
I'm gonna go get it. And he just brushes past you and goes upstairs.
Johnson seems a little bit on edge. Has anyone else noticed that?
He's in heat.
Bad.
I suppose that makes sense.
Right. A lot of people don't like it when their business like that is shared out with a bunch of people. I don't get it personally. That's not how it was done in the Feywild, but apparently here people are like really ooh about that.
Yeah. Most of the animal kingdom doesn't care
Actually,
either.
Blake, I don't know if that's with the lore. I'm just assuming in the Feywild it's a little
Orgies everywhere.
Feywilder.
I don't think the Fae really care too much about decency, so
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
I think you're right there. Yeah, he comes back down with the body slung over his shoulder. Says, "Did you break this guy's bones?"
We didn't.
Nope. But thanks for noticing.
Okay.
Septon hands over a note explaining like everything from like no, not everything. Septon explains that he ran into the cryptal in the city, and that the cryptal was looking for something. It then skips the part about Una's place of work and goes to basically the run-in hearing like rumors of him in the cave, to then the confrontation where he was like against them and then suddenly working with them and then suddenly pivoting back to against them up to his death.
Great. Do you want me to read this, or is this for the Cryptal's eyes?
Those are for the cryptals.
Yep. Don't want to invade the privacy of this note. That would not be great. Private things should stay private.
Like Private Willie Johnson.
Yep. And he awkwardly shuffles out.
What an exciting night. So is everyone ready for class tomorrow?
With what teachers?
Una's gonna teach us. She's been reading all of the lesson plans. She's pretty much ready. And Sean D would probably be the greatest teaching assistant I've ever seen.
That's very nice of you to say.
Who
I
wants
just called
to?
it like I sees it.
Does anyone else? Does anyone want to continue my literature lessons?
Una
Going
does,
once.
but she's asleep.
Oh, Una already went to bed, huh?
Yeah.
Who was teaching you literature before? Wasn't it? I thought Sean D was teaching you to read.
No, it was Elitha.
Right.
And you don't have to do this, but I always liked when I was being taught by Elitha, I'd try to collect samples of the mold on her plates.
All right.
And that
take
was a really
over.
good reward system for
Right.
me.
Don't worry, I'll do it. I'll make sure I get some nice moldy plates for you, and I'll help you learn to read.
Cool.
Great.
Oh,
It's a blind leading the blind, dude.
I, for one, have been missing this bed, and I would like to go lay down on it. After I polish my swords, they've been neglected for an entire week. I can't imagine the dust that's accumulated on their surface.
Right, but Shandi, they haven't been used for a week. This is the part
Yes.
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not sharpening them, I'm polishing them. Dust settles on unmoving surfaces.
Septon turns to his one, like, rusty rapier he hasn't touched in, like, weeks, leaning against his bed.
I thought you said dust doth settle.
Dust settle.
I was like, ooh, we're taking this turn.
Alright, yeah, you all head to bed. And at the start of the next day, we jump into our fun little Persona-style time skip system. Yay!
Let's review how that works.
Yeah, so you have a curricular focus of your classes you can focus on each week. You have an extracurricular focus, and that can be any number of things. And you also have an unrelated RP. Everybody has to do one of those for each week. Cool. So, let me pull that up. Who would like to go first?
Is the instruction manual pinned?
Should be. I can't check right now because if I did, the overlay would get fucked. But it should be there.
It is not pinned.
Maybe I can find it by
Here,
using the
just...
search feature.
Yeah, if you can find that and pin it, that'd be great.
Instructions.
First thing is easy. It's just going to be your curricular focus for the week. So academics, tactics, or politics. We'll just go through for everybody what they want to focus on this week. And I can tell you, Tether, you focused on academics last time. Turn, you did politics. Una, you did academics. Septon, you did politics. Shandi, you did tactics.
I have to find Turn's study guide real quick.
Cool. So why don't we just go down the list? Tether, what do you want to focus on curricularly this week?
Well, Tether has never wielded a staff before, so she's gonna do tactic.
Cool. Una, what would you like to focus on curricularly this week?
It should be pinned now, by the way.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, are you such a great little boy?
Sweet.
I'm gonna do academics again.
Cool. So 2 pips there. Septon.
Politics.
2 pips there. Shandi.
I am going to stick with tactics.
Cool. And Turn.
I'm rolling for it.
Sure.
Looks like I'm doing politics again.
Cool. 2 pips in politics. Cool. So, your academics classes are a little rougher than they normally are this week. You do your best with the notebook, and Mrs. Lee also tries to help as much as she can, but this really isn't her field of expertise. She's an administrator, not a teacher, and it shows. But Una and Shandi, you do a pretty good job of figuring out what she wanted you to talk about, as well as finding the books that she had noted and just reading into them. So it's fine. Politics class is the same as usual. Colrail just giving you hypotheticals, walking you through sort of discussions and all sorts of things. It's no different than it usually is. Tactics, on the other hand, Captain Sheena takes over for tactics for the week, and it is maybe the roughest week of any of your lives. It is back-breaking drill after back-breaking drill. Every class.
I didn't die this week though, so.
Yeah, no way was it rougher than last week.
Fair enough. Yeah, you know what? In comparison to last week, it's probably not as bad. But you're fucking exhausted after every single tactics class. It drill sergeant shit. She also mentions that she can't really. All she can help you do is with the physical training. So she's gonna look into getting an old friend of hers from before her guard days to come in to help with the other stuff. But yeah, all right, let's move on to extracurricular activities. Does anybody have anything that they want to work on? I can review. Tether, you're working on a deadly plant garden. Turn.
I'm working on Oasis, baby.
You have several in-town enemies from your hanging out in town last week. And Septon, you are working on becoming a blast ball pro.
Oh, that's right.
You don't have.
I do.
You did something plot related, so you don't have any. Yeah, you moved the plot along. You and Una both did.
Okay.
But yeah, if anybody has anything that they want to do.
Last time, did I make the aviary in boys' room?
You did not.
What was the last time?
You went to town and tried to make friends and ended up making enemies.
Right. Okay. I have to quickly review my roll table here, but I'll be ready.
I'd like to further my nature
Cool.
Thing with the help of my level 3 ritual spell plant growth.
I'm gonna give you advantage on your nature check for progress here.
Ooh, advantage.
Mm-hmm. With the help of your nature spell.
You don't have to treat me this good. I'll also come for dinner.
23.
23. That is very good success. So roll a d4 to determine the weeks of progress that you have.
3.
3 is exactly as much as you needed. So your deadly plant garden has been created. Do you want to talk to us about what that is?
Okay, I want to say, like, the outside walls and roof are all covered.
In the back or all over the house?
Pretty much all over the house.
Cool.
We have a lot of beautiful flowers at the base and spreading out. We have a lot of not really hedges, but like a lot of stuff like obscuring vision around the house. Unfortunately, there's not really that good of a path.
The back porch is no longer usable, I'm sure.
Oh, the back porch?
I don't think we ever used it in the first place.
Yeah, the back porch is
I used to
dense.
play music out there.
Not anymore, you don't. You probably still you could grab the chairs that were on the porch and put them outside of the garden. Mechanically, what this is going to do for you is, for common deadly plants, you have a replenishable supply of them. If you're looking for something specific or exotic, you're going to have to find that specifically and introduce it to the garden. But for like your run-of-the-mill stuff, you have a pretty much fully reusable resource here now.
Okay, cool. And I know, like, can it be flavored how, like, I did all the prep work, and then one night while everyone went to bed, I performed the ritual plant growth, and then it was there.
You woke up the next day, and there were just plants everywhere. Yeah, that's fine. Like, yeah, like Wednesday morning, you wake up, and there's just plants everywhere.
It's a jungle out there.
Like, still kind of dark in Boy's room because there's plants growing over the window.
Yep. Cool. Who's next?
I rolled for it, and Turn wants to hit the books with extra study.
Cool. Extra study. You will get a little pip in your academics. Yeah. Since your classes are a little bit more abridged this week, and you also promised to help Tether out with reading, you decided you wanted to make sure that you were extra prepared for that as well. You spent a lot of time in the library, and you make friends with this nasally girl in there named Ellie. She keeps recommending books to you.
All right. Do we? I think before we like picked one moment to roleplay out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's we're doing that once we're all done with extracurriculars. Yeah.
Oh wait till that's done. Yeah.
Cool. Who's next?
You know, after all the excitement of last week, I'd like to get back to Blast Ball.
All right. Make an athletics check for me.
A little less high stakes.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that before this past week, Blast Ball was our biggest defeat.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh! Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Plus 7.
Right. Roll a d4 for me. That is great success.
Why can't I roll Nat 20s on, like,
Things
dex?
that matter.
Not, like, I rolled a 2 on the
2.
D4.
That is enough. You train all week with Johnson. It's a little awkward at first, but I think...
I'm trying to rekindle friendship with Johnson, trying to get over the awkwardness.
Yeah. Before too long, he's, like, really impressed with your progress. He's started, like, seeking you out in your free time and talking to you about the Blast Ball leagues and, like, how things are going this year and this season. There's a real friendship blossoming there. And you are now better at Blast Ball, so you have advantage on actions taken during a game of Blast Ball.
Advantage on Blast Ball.
Mm-hmm. And that's all actions taken. So
all Blast Ball related action.
While you're playing a game of Blast Ball specifically, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna clarify that right now.
I just start carrying a ball around as a weapon.
Yeah, because Peter, I saw the glint in your fucking eyes, and I knew.
You saw my glasses flash when I looked up.
Cool. Who's next?
I'd like to start a project called
Great.
Project Jedi Mind Trick.
Project
This
Jedi
one
Mind Trick.
might be really long, but Una is trying to work on her telepathy to be used to change or persuade somebody's mind.
Okay.
And she'll practice by practicing on her friends, which might be weird because I feel like Tether will just say yes to everything. So Una doesn't know like if it's actually working. So she might go off and start practicing on some Felfrit bros. And like starting simple, just like somebody changing their direction.
Cool.
As they walk across campus or stuff. But
Great.
this might be a long one, but depending on how you want to.
All right. So the way that this is going to work is I'm going to say that there are two phases to this. Because not only are you trying, because you can already talk into people's brains. That's not a problem. But in order to do something like a Jedi mind trick, you need to be good at A, convincing people to do stuff, and B, convincing them that it was their idea to do those things, hitting their subconscious. So I'm gonna say you can choose which aspect of that you want to work on first, making your voice seem like their inner voice, or making your persuasion abilities stronger while you're using your thing. Those are the two phases there, so you can choose which one you want to start on, which one you want to continue with.
I'll work on the first one, making my voice be like theirs.
Awesome. So what I'm going to give you an option here between a performance and a deception check for this roll.
Deception.
Disgrace.
I was hoping you'd do that. Not good, not good. 8.
8. So you try, and like you thought, you try it on your friends, and they're already your friends. So like Tether pretends that it's working, and that doesn't help you at all. Turn just doesn't get it. So this week you've mapped out your ideas, but you don't make any progress with becoming better at it.
Cool.
Tether's done. Shundi.
I don't know if you would consider this extra study or just other, but I want to spend some out of class time on the what's the word for it? Like the training field.
Yeah.
Trying to work out joint tactics with Ghosty.
Cool. We'll work this into your class change to make it a more smooth thing. What I was going to do is going to have some chances for your class abilities to fail as you get used to this, but since you're spending your time this week to work on this, that won't be a thing anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So you spend a good portion of the week summoning. It takes probably the first couple of days to even be able to summon your Echo to Ghosty out. And beyond that, getting it to do what you want it to do in an efficient manner is even harder. You spend a lot of late nights in the training field just doing your best whenever Septon and Johnson aren't there playing blast ball. But yeah, by the time the end of the week rolls around, you feel much more comfortable with this new aspect of yourself, and you think you could use it pretty efficiently.
Nice.
All right, let's move on to RPs. But before we do that, I've got an RP. Events occurring. Una.
Yeah.
This is probably... Yeah. Okay. Let's get a better song here. Cool. So, Una, it's probably Tuesday at this point. You have just had a pretty annoying day of trying to make your mind tricks work. You just tried it out on Johnson, and he asked you to stop in a very nice way, but, you know, it wasn't a success. He was like, please don't do this anymore.
Oh, no.
And as you're sort of like dealing with that, you're probably just out on the school grounds at this point, because that's where Johnson was. So you sort of just like walk probably back towards the house. You hear a voice saying, excuse me, You turn, you see the source of this voice is a young human man who's walking up to you. He's around 16, and he has sort of a round, gentle face. He has blonde hair that curls around and frames his face, making him look even smaller than he probably is. He's wearing a black cloak tightly wrapped around his small form, and has a sort of faraway look in his eyes, but a very calm smile on his face.
Wait a second.
What?
Has another character of mine met this boy?
Maybe. I'm surprised you recognized him from that description.
Maybe I've been rewatching Fate Breakers.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Are you the 500 views on that one episode?
Whoa.
Really like that one episode in particular. But this boy approaches you and he says, excuse me, do you work or live here?
Yeah, I live here.
Oh, great. I was wondering if you could direct me in the direction of the library.
Do you go here?
No, I'm just a wanderer, a traveler. But this is the library I've heard so much about here. It's open for public use, right?
I honestly, do I know?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Oh shoot, I was gonna take this in a very different direction. Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Dagger. Ruin our other campaign. Yeah, I can show you.
Great. I very much appreciate it. My name is Samuel. What's yours?
Sorry. I'm Una.
Una. Good to meet you.
What are you here for? Where are you from?
I'm looking for a book about giants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they've got one, I'm sure.
They're fascinating creatures, and my village was attacked by them recently, so I'm trying to read up on them as much as I can.
Is everyone okay?
Well, I mean,
Sorry if that was a very inappropriate question.
no, that is more than all right, Una. I'm sure that those who died protecting the village were proud of the work they did, and those who survived are, well, they're sort of relying on me to get some more information.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
I'm very sorry to hear that, though.
I appreciate the condolences, Una.
But yeah, I'll show him the library. So,
This is quite impressive.
yeah. I'll show him the fantasy Dewey Decimal System
Oh, very
thing
good.
I've already played around with. So
You seem to know this place quite well. What is your position here?
I'm part of a new class of students who are supposed to be heroes one day.
Oh, well, that's impressive. Maybe we should hire you to deal with our giant problem.
No, maybe many years from now. We're not so good yet. I think we'll be good one day, but not right now.
Huh. Well, no worries.
Yeah.
If you feel you're not up to the task, I won't force it upon you.
Yeah. Can I help you with anything else?
Oh, I am just sort of curious about this place. I mean, I'd never heard of anything like this before, and then I heard there was a library, and now you're telling me there's a school here?
Yeah.
Can one enroll in this school?
Probably. Yeah. We all kind of found it in different ways. But I don't know if there's a enrollment limit. If you could talk to Mrs. Lee, her office is, well, I know where their office is, but I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not that far into the semester. Term, whatever.
Well, very well. I look forward to hearing about your exploits, Una.
Oh,
Your
thanks.
heroic deeds.
Right.
Even if you're not doing them yet.
Yeah. What's
look-
the vibe I'm getting from him?
He looks. I mean, he's smiling the whole time. He seems pleasant. Maybe a little too calm about his village being attacked by giants. But that seems to sort of just be his energy. He seems legitimately curious about the things he's asking about.
Yeah.
To that end, he say, "You seem troubled. I don't mean to invade, but is everything all right here?"
Yeah.
That was not very convincing.
No. It's not what I expected. And maybe not in a bad way, but also not in a great way. It's just different.
What were you expecting?
To just be in class all the time
Oh.
and study and ace all my tests and then be a hero.
And
Which now coming out of my mouth sounds really dumb.
That's not what's been happening?
No. No, we just seem to be running into lots of trouble that I don't really want to get into.
That is more than all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure
like,
it's difficult.
Yeah.
The hopes and pressure being placed on you to be heroes.
Yeah, and I kind of thought there'd be more people. I didn't realize it's just us. So I kind of thought, well, I could leave where I was, which wasn't a bad place, but kind of boring place. And then I would just get more experience out here, and I'm definitely getting more experience, but I just thought there would be more than 5 of us.
5 of you to be the next big heroes. It's a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder what sort of person came up with that. Well, thank you for the help. Where did you say the book was again?
Did I tell him where a book was?
Sure, yeah. I mean, as you like turn to point at it and you turn back, he is not there anymore.
Gonna look around the library a bit.
Yeah, you can spend as much or as little time as you want looking. He is nowhere
I'm gonna
to be found.
specifically go to the book I pointed out.
Mm-hmm. It's still there.
What if I, like, open it, flip through it?
Open it, you flip through it, it's as you remember it. Untouched.
I'm just gonna... I'm gonna make a phoenix roll. Haha. I'm gonna find a book on religion and just read it to get my mind off things.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you read about the Seleucian pantheon, and it's a pretty basic book, but you know you get a good sense for what it is. Cool. Well, that was my RP. Now you guys each get to do one.
I've got an idea if other people still want to keep thinking.
Go
Do
for
it.
I assume I worked this week.
You did? Oh yeah, I should note those of you who worked, which is the 3 of you. Septon, that's 15 gold. And when that's 15 gold turn, that's 10 gold. Unless you didn't work turn. That's sort of up to you.
Okay, so would like additional study replace working?
No, you can choose to work more for extra bonus, but like your part-time job, 10 gold.
Yeah,
this week.
I'll keep my job going as
Cool.
long as they don't fire me for being a cat
It's
boy.
probably a rough week, but you know, you do the job, so.
I didn't steal those jewels. Oh, okay.
Doesn't feel rough to turn. He's just having a good time.
Actually, I don't want this to be my RP, but we should probably like figure out what we did with the money in the chest.
Yeah, you got a big old chest with money.
It's just kind of sitting in our house. But I was gonna say is if I'm at work one night and it's quieter and things are if I can get a minute or just on my way in or out, if I can get a minute to talk to Greg with the 4 Gs. I'm gonna, or is it 3 Gs? I don't remember. I'm gonna ask Greg. Hey Greg,
Yeah,
you know the city pretty well, right?
I'd like to think so.
I was looking for somebody who's real good with magic.
What
maybe
kind of magic?
got a friend who's under the influence of a magic item. Not in a super dangerous way, but if we wanted to fix that, do you know anybody we might be able to reach out to?
Well, it's tough here in Kelshire, you know, people. It's not like the rest of Zymor. We don't have all the Magitech who's and what's it's, so there's two directions you could head that way. You could go to Felfrit. I'm sure somebody up there probably knows something. Or
Not super liked at Felfrit.
you could head in a different direction. You know, we don't support the Shaded Alley, but they're here, and they definitely have some ways to get rid of things.
Not too familiar with them myself. I think this is the second time I've heard someone reference them.
They're one of the big three of crime guilds here in Renercia. Yeah, you're not from around here, so you wouldn't know.
No.
Yeah, there's three. There's Noble Folly. They're the oldest. There's the Shaded Alley. They used to be part of the Noble Folly, but they sort of got tired of the whole, you know, crime with a flare thing and started doing things their own way. Actually, pretty near when Zymor came around to exist. There's also the Forked Tongue, but they're pretty much all elves over in Nildor.
Got it. Well, I'll try Felfrit first.
It's a better option, yeah.
I go to Felfrit, it sounds like maybe I get yelled at by some students who don't like me. The other sounds like...
I remember the blast ball game. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I guess some people might like me, but, meh. I think the game was controversial.
Yeah, there's some people who are saying it shouldn't count, but, and you guys left for a week, so hard to contest.
Yeah, we've been out of town.
Well, yeah,
Thanks a lot, Greg. I'll keep that in mind.
If you do want to go the less than savory route, you know, be careful. Bring friends. Flatfish Junction is probably the place you want to go.
Thank you. I'll remember that. I'll be honest. I'm the kind of guy who's gonna try to take the route that's not gonna get him killed first.
You seem like a smart guy, yeah. Yeah.
Is it smart? Is it lazy? We don't know with Septim. Well, thanks, Greg. I apologize for asking you about possibly...
Nah, you're good. You're a great employee. I'm happy to help.
I know, but, like, isn't it weird that your employee is asking about, like, hey, know where I can find any crime?
Septon, I run an inn in a city. Pretty used to it.
Fair point. Alright, I was just trying to see where we can get a curse removed.
Cool. Yeah, so that's your RP. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
This doesn't have to be RP,
Okay.
but unless Phoenix says otherwise, Una was gonna go into town and buy a backpack.
Aw, that's nice.
Hey, what can Phoenix do to stop Una? Turn could destroy and burn it once he receives it, but Phoenix can't do anything.
Una, so are you telling Turn that you're going to do this, or are you just going to do this?
Excellent question. I think I'm just gonna do it.
Cool. So there's several different places that'll sell something like that to you. If you want like a really nice backpack, that'll run you like 5 gold. If you want middle of the line, 1 or 2 gold, and you could get like a shitty, crappy backpack for next to nothing, copper.
I'll I'll spend 5 gold.
Very nice
And-
backpack.
I'm gonna try to remember. Did I even write down the things he mentioned? I write so many notes. Hold on.
The
So-
rain catcher.
Yeah, I definitely remember rain catcher.
The flute.
I
Hold on,
remember all of it.
backpack. I know you do. Right back.
I want you to take your best guess as to what Turn has in his backpack.
Hit me with your best shot.
What's in the backpack?
Turn is very concerned about his lost bag.
Backpack.
Something seems off. No, I didn't write it down, but I do remember water catcher and rain catcher. Sorry. So I'll try to find a rain catcher,
Sure, yeah. There's
a flute, and just general bag.
I'll say-
adventure bag items.
I'll say for a total of 10 gold, you can get pretty but usable adventuring gear. Rain catcher, a flute, and the backpack.
Cool.
Cool. What we will RP is, what are you gonna do with that?
Una does. Okay, Una's gonna try to find a time where nobody's in boys' room, and I would really like to just like plop it there, along with the gold that I owe him, that I was holding on
Great,
to.
yeah. Yeah, it's not hard to find a time with Septon and Shandi out.
Blasting balls.
Blasting balls and training ghosts, and with Turn spending a ton of his time in the library these days, it's not hard to find a time when nobody's in boys' room.
I just don't want to make it a thing.
Sure.
Or wait, are the birds there?
Boomerang.
I don't know. That's a you question there, Phoenix.
The window's always open. The birds are always welcome.
They're sort of hard for them to get in now that there's fucking plants in the way.
Oh no!
Birds can move through the.
Yeah, I think the birds can make their way.
I mean, I'm not blocking the windows entirely.
Here, I'll roll. We'll say 50-50 chance there's birds in there.
Phoenix roll.
No, you're there at a time when there's no birds in there.
No birds.
Completely empty.
Just totally empty.
All right, I'm a little sad about that, but yeah, I'm just gonna. I realize now I might not know which bed is his. Can I figure out with context clues?
You know that
Shandi's got swords
Shandi. You can tell which one Shandi's is.
because it's made well.
Yeah. Make I call it an insight check to see if you can determine.
Is it the one covered in
21.
pixie dust or the one covered
Yeah.
in bird shit?
You find the one covered in bird shit, and you're like, that's probably
Yeah.
Turns, huh?
All right, I'll plop it down and
Your top bunk Turn?
Yeah.
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 I think so.
Yeah, I'm bottom bunk.
So the birds can perch on the rail.
Yeah.
turn. In there is 274 gold, 75 platinum. I think. Wait. How do?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's there. Turn, you come home from the library and you find a backpack. There's a rain catcher and some adventuring gear and a flute in there. It's a pretty nice backpack.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna make this boy lose his mind more.
Is that then?
Fresh from blast ball practice, Septon, you're probably home.
Yeah, but Septon and Shandi are both.
Shandi's probably... Septon's probably back. Shandi probably just went to
Yeah.
go train with his ghost when they were done.
What's
Okay.
up?
Did you drop this backpack off in here?
No, I've been blasting balls with Private Willie Johnson all day.
Right, that's what I thought. Huh.
That's a good looking backpack, though. Did you get a new one?
I don't know. I just came back and it was on the bed here. Do you think it was meant for me?
I mean,
Destiny?
There's money in here.
did
like
somebody owe you money?
I don't think so.
Does it have like a note?
No, there's no note. Just a flute, a rain catcher, a couple of survival things. You know, bedroll, a blanket.
I mean, you lost your backpack a while ago. It's probably like a gift.
Who do you think it's from?
I don't know. Sometimes admirers give you gifts.
Oh.
And Septon knows this because he's been carrying a gift from an admirer this whole time.
What do you know about admirers, Septon?
Listen, where I come from, if you like somebody, you give them something to remember them by, you know? So when you're out on the road, you know, maybe somebody, you know, they were like, oh, he lost his backpack. I'll do something nice for him.
Alright, but who knows I lost my backpack?
Well, I do.
You do. Our entire group does. A whole bunch of elves, random elves. Brahm, Elita.
Are they back yet?
No. No word from them either.
I put it on. Sits nice. It doesn't pull at the shoulders too much. It's the weight is evenly distributed. It's a good backpack.
Does it have like one of those like little front buckles? That
Well, I mean, hey, backpack's a backpack. It's rude to turn down a gift, so
You're
if
right.
somebody got it for you, I mean, sounds good. Also sounds like you might have a little admirer, huh, buddy? Septon knows what he's doing. Septon doesn't know who brought it, but he knows what he's doing.
Never really thought of it that way. I don't really think I'm much of the to be admired type. I'm just turned, but I'll take the backpack nonetheless. I wish I knew who gave it to me, and I fall asleep on the backpack. It's like noon, but I take a nap.
Sure, sounds good. Cool. Yeah, I guess that's Una's RP, funnily enough.
Tether, would you like to have some reading classes? I picked out a couple of really good books for you.
I would love to, Tether.
Did I call you Tern? No, I called you Tether.
No, I'm just practicing for
alright.
when we swap places.
Oh, that's a good idea. I forgot all about that. Alright, so here's the first book. It looks really impressive. What does the title say?
Histories of Renarsia, Volume 7.
Oh, right. See, that's pretty good. That definitely, that definitely says Histories of Renarsia, Volume 7, and not, and not.
But it has like a tagline, and I don't know what is this word?
Here's the problem. I think I might have jumped in a little too deep right away. I asked there's this one lady who sort of talks with a nasally voice at the library. I was asking her about what good books would be, and I said, well, give me the most impressive book to read. And she said, I don't really think you're at that level yet. But I was like, no, I'm sure we're there. So this was it. And maybe we should start with an easier book. Oh look, I found this one. It's called The Hungry Hungry Bullet.
Why is it hungry?
I think that's just sort of what bullets do. They eat everything. But
I like the pictures in this one.
Here's the great part. We can read to find out why the bullet is so hungry.
It could be a dry season, or it could be a mating season, or there's so many possibilities.
All right, let's read it.
Okay.
And you do.
I thought I was gonna go somewhere else, considering the other book Turn owns.
That is true.
I was waiting for it to come up.
Unless that was in the backpack.
And
Her ass cheeks clapped. Oh.
I think it was in the backpack.
Oh no, the little goblin girl's gone. Sorry. There's some really horny fucking plant creatures in the Wither Queen's court.
Grimmenheld hasn't attacked for a while. It's been busy.
Yeah, so you read The Hungry Hungry Bullet and Histories of Renarsia Volume 7 by Alamure F. Grissweet lays unread. I have a historian who's already written some history, so that actually worked out very well for me. Thank you. Cool.
Fun fact, when I rolled the dice, it wasn't me deciding between things for the book to be.
Whether
It was
I
me
could
not being able to think of a book title and buying
time. Gotcha.
Is the book, like, still there when Una gets back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Una's gonna read that shit up.
Yeah, it's great. Talks all about Renarsia. It's good because it touches on a lot of the stuff that is missed out on the more often bought A Brief History of Assyria, which is more or less the Seleucians' view on how the world has gone. This one focuses on more specific details, so yeah. It's fucking dense, but it's good.
I love it.
And the guy who wrote it is definitely very full of himself, so that's a little bit annoying at times, but good information. Cool.
Who wrote it?
Alamure F. Grissweet.
Okay.
I can send you that name later.
Cool.
He's a Seleucian historian, and allegedly is the descendant of the person who wrote the original history book. So. Cool. Tether, yeah.
Tether has a promise to keep. She's gonna make sure Shandi has the highest marks possible on homework assignments.
Alright, so, Shandi, you're in the library working on a report. This is a report on the use of arcane magic in an anti-arcane magic establishment of Salos. When Tether sort of strolls on up to you.
Are you ready to get the highest marks possible?
Yes, I was hoping to.
Okay. So, magic and anti-magic uprisings and
Tether,
Zelos.
Tether, I wrote this.
It sounds really good.
Oh, thank you.
You should put by Sean D, so they know who it was.
Oh yes, this is page 3 actually. If you right here, the cover page.
Just beautifully printed and like
Fully illuminated.
Yeah.
In the last couple of ages, views on magic. I think you should put a semicolon right here. I don't know, because when I see some books, I see that thing a lot, and I think they put it multiple places, but it seems to be in a lot of published stuff, so it must be smart.
Yes, but I think the issue with this sentence is there's already a semicolon in it. I think we're at risk of overload, although I do appreciate the input.
What if you have 2 semis and make a whole colon?
Oh, well, okay, so a whole colon would be, and he gets another piece of paper. So a semicolon is this, draws a semicolon, and a whole colon, it looks similar, but it's this, draws a normal colon. Yes, Tether.
Have you thought of drawing pictures? I have a lot of glitter.
Yeah, well, yes, I have illustrated some of my reports, but
Visual aids!
visual aids are helpful, yes, sometimes. It can add the extra oomph you need to...
We could draw the slaughter of mages during the anti-magic uprising.
Oh, that's a bit dark, don't you think?
Whatever you want in your report. Ooh. What if during your report I come up from behind the class and say, you shouldn't be doing magic here, and then you can pretend to be a Seleucian mage,
Seleucian, yes.
Seleucian mage, and say, but magic is important, and list the reasons why magic was important in Salos, and then I could say things against that, and then at the end I could be like, this is for Shandi's project, I didn't do this.
Well, Taylor, we could make that your project, and I could keep the 45 pages I've written already as my project.
Do you think they'll read all 45? Maybe condense it down into, like, 2 or 3 pages?
But then how would I fit my appendices?
That should stay inside you.
No, a different usage of that word.
I mean, I guess in ritual, the hanging of organs is deemed important.
Once again, we're veering to very dark territory here, Tether.
I think we still have a couple hours of daylight left.
Like, you know, emotionally dark.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So anyway,
when there's a big like rain cloud settling over your mind, that sort of dark. You can add that one if it's not in there.
Okay. Okay, after I'm done, I'm gonna start reading your first page, and I'll add edits and drawings, and while you can continue.
Okay, well, how about you can do the edits on my copies?
Manually made copies.
And then that way I can compare more easily for the third run.
How? Okay. And I'll keep the drawings in the margins. Unless, like, you have very pretty handwriting, like, I could draw, like, a little monkey hanging from your G. Wait, that's not part of the project.
I just had to push Winfield back down inside him.
I saw it in your face.
The margins would be ideal. Although, if you see blank space you'd like to fill in the copies, feel free to fill it as you see fit.
Oh yeah, I'll edit the copies, and I'll draw on the real ones. Because I also noticed in a lot of cool books, the first letter of a page is really big and drawn stuff on it.
Very well. I will get working on my third draft. While you get started on these. Pushes 2 stacks of paper towards.
Cool. So hours go by. Shandi, it's likely. I feel like Shandi's the kind of guy who gets pretty absorbed in his work, doesn't really notice what's going on around him. It's likely by the time you finish up with your third draft that Tether, how'd it go for you?
Well, halfway through, I want to say page 4, she started talking about a slug she saw on the way in. That reminded me of him because he had a very strong purpose in mind, and he was dodging a lot of the open air sections, which seemed very intellectual of the slug.
Sure.
And so, but then she saw the slug be eaten by a bird, and then it reminded her of when the Shandi was killed, and then she started talking about how that made her feel, and she's still really sorry. But unlike the slug, we brought him back, and that's why I made the promise to help. I need to be helping you on your homework, so 2 more pages of work gets done, and then.
Can you make an intelligence check for me?
Save or check?
Check.
Cool. 7.
You fall asleep before you can really get too much done here. You finish your story about Shandy, and you're like, oh, I gotta get back to work. But the words are so big, and you fall asleep. So,
Yeah, most of the edits are, oh, what is this word?
Yeah, so Shandy, as you finish up your third draft and you sort of like stretch, you look up and you can see that Tether has just fallen asleep.
Oh. Tether. Tether.
Slugs!
Yes, you were talking about those. I'm finished with my third draft.
Did I help?
Well, you kept me from drifting off. You certainly kept me awake and focused, even if you couldn't keep yourself that way.
Did you... I only edited the first couple pages, but I think that's all they're gonna read.
I appreciate your honesty. Although I do hope they read more, because I really think that on page 27, I think I hit on something there.
Uh-huh. Tell me about it. Extrapolate. I'm listening.
Well, you need the context from page 14, but basically
The rest of the night goes on much like this. Probably with Tether falling asleep again before the night ends. Cool. Nice. Who hasn't gone? Is that everybody?
It's just me?
Just you. Yeah.
Okay, mine's I think a quick one, because it's not like an RP, it's just something I want to do in the world.
Fine. Works. Good.
I would like to write a letter.
Okay.
To Lord Resk.
Do you have the contents of that letter by any chance that you would be like to read out loud? Or just a general
I
gist?
have them in my mind, sort of, like vaguely, that I can just say out loud.
Yeah, that's great.
I guess I could have written it down during all of this, but essentially it reads, Lord Resk, though I do appreciate your patronage over the years and all that you've provided for me, I've had a change of character during the past 3 weeks at Hagen, and though I do want to serve Zymor, I want to serve the world as well, and I feel that serving under you, I can't do that to my fullest, and so I am renouncing you as my patron, and I hope that you will understand.
Dude,
it's
you're gonna
for the
fucking
good
kill
of the
us.
world. Farewell, Shandy.
Okay. Cool. You write that up. You send it off.
We're gonna die.
We'll see what happens.
Resk is gonna kill all of us and be like, "This
Imagine
is what
renouncing
you've
your
done."
He's just a dude.
He's just one of the most powerful dudes in the country. What could go wrong?
One day, Shandy's just not gonna be there anymore.
Gonna get disappeared.
All right, cool. And that is the first week done. Let's head back to the calendar page. Ba-ba-ba. You should have been brought to the calendar page.
Oh, I don't want to go to the Festival of Maydew. Oh, please, no. Oh, no.
Come on, it's the festival.
Oh, it's gonna be...
The King's Festival?
The King's Festival?
Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to...
I would kill to see you two as the baker and bakers.
Token.
It's
Alright.
not like I sing It Takes Two in the car all the time.
Cool. So, this next week, the Festival of Maydew is on Friday. Things you know about the Festival of Maydew. It is a festival. It's about 40 years old, so it's a pretty new holiday. It was created by... I don't know. It was created to honor the life of Maydew, Renegard, and the actions of the Silver Citadel. Silver Citadel is the insane, crazy heroes that the current age is named after, who saved the whole world. And Meidu Renegard is the elven mage who died in their critical battle. It's on her birthday, theoretically, but there are many traditions and activities performed at the festival, and is widely celebrated throughout Renarsia, as well as acknowledged but not celebrated in Salos. It's a holiday all over the place, so there's festivals held everywhere. But there is a major festival this year being held in Sarduk, the capital of Zymor, that is being hosted by the Emperor himself, and will feature a speech made by none other than the leader of the Citadel himself, Adoamros Cassel. You are told by Mrs. Lee, probably Sunday, that you are expected to be in attendance at the speech because during it, Adoamros will be endorsing the Bright Futures program and sort of passing the torch to you guys.
It's a little
Festival.
Why?
Honey, you got a big
like,
storm coming.
why not when we're like graduating?
Mrs. Lee explains that the Casimir Orion is the one who arranged this. He thinks it's good that you get your name out there quickly and get the people of Zymor used to looking to you as soon as possible.
Why not when we've been at school for more than a month?
Bring it up with Casimir Orion. So the interesting thing about this, and we'll get to this a little bit later, but getting to the capital is actually a fairly difficult task, usually, since the city itself is built on an unstable interplanar rift, and at random shifts between 3 different locations in Zymor. This is because Zymor, at its base, was created when a member of the Sortilegium opened like 1,000 rifts to the elemental planes in order to take down a cult of Tiamat. And most of those aren't the most closed. So the capital was built on the most unstable of those. And there is a legion of mages, like an entire army of mages, known as... Hello? Yeah, the Trammelers, who keep it under wraps and make sure that nothing goes too bad. Luckily, on massive festival days such as this one, the Trammelers combine their arcane might to force the city to remain in one place. And that is usually the most central location of its 3 locations. So it won't be hard to get there. Plus, you'll probably be taking a teleportation circle there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just a fun, interesting fact. But either way, before that, we got another week. We got another week, guys. So let's get curricular activities. Tether.
Another day with the staff, my lord.
Cool. You have 2 in tactics. Turn.
I would like to do more politics.
All right. 3 in politics. And remember, you can cash out on these whenever you feel like it. Una.
Academics, please.
3 in academic. Septon.
Also politics.
Okay, 3 in politics. Shandi.
It's gonna be another tactics for Shandi.
Tactics, great. All right, so turn. 10 gold. Una, 15 gold. Septon, 15 gold. Let's do extracurricular projects. Does anybody have one off the top of their head?
I do.
Cool.
Turn's gonna put in more study, more politics.
Great. So he is spending a lot of time with Colrail this week. Getting real studied up. Cool. Who else?
Tether's gonna just spend more time with the tactics.
More time with the tactics. Nice.
Is that 3?
Yeah, 3 tactics, 1 academics for you.
Can I cash in my tactics?
Next week you can.
Oh, next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you earned it this week. So.
Yeah.
The rest of you?
Septon is gonna go hang out with this is the extracurricular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can Septon see if Chef will teach him how to cook?
Sure. Chef cooking lessons. We'll call that a project. It'll be a pretty basic project. Cooking.
Could we make it more complicated?
Uh-huh.
If it results in the chef feat?
Yes.
Or should we talk about that off stream?
No, that's good. Cooking with chef. Chef feat. All right. So the chef feat is going to require you to be pretty damn good at cooking.
Oh yeah, no, this can be long term.
It is going to be a rather long-term project. But, how would you... I guess dexterity, sleight of hand, really, would be the way to get better at cooking.
I mean, we can do different checks each time.
Yeah, we'll call
Except
it...
it does hibachi.
Wisdom, nature.
It's your chopping, your knife skills is what you're starting with. So go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
Sleight of hand. Okay, not terrible. Uh-oh. 11.
11. Not terrible. You get 1 week of progress.
Okay.
It's, you've used knives before, but not like this, so you get a lot of abuse from Chef as well as his assistant, who just laughs at you the whole... She's just having such a kick out of this. She's loving it. Chef is mad at you, usually. It's,
In like an actually mad at me way?
No,
Or
but in like a you're fucking useless kind of way,
Great times.
Great. All right. That leaves Sean D and Una.
Gonna keep
Cool.
trying for my Jedi mind trick.
Deception, please.
Yeah. 19.
19. That is more successful than last time. That is.
Yes.
You actually you work on some of the just random guards around, and you feel as though you've made some progress. Not much, but some.
Right.
That's 1 week of progress. Shandi.
I guess we could call this a project, if you think that would be best for it. But I would like to go to Kelshar and start working with a tailor on like a new set of clothes, since everything I own is yellow and black.
Except for your living clothes. That doesn't have
Except
to
my
be a
living
project.
clothes.
That can be something other. How much are you willing to spend on this?
I don't know, I have a lot of money. I'd be willing to spend like 200 gold on a nice, like, full wardrobe.
Cool. Yeah, 200 gold. You can get a pretty... It's probably not as fancy as maybe your old clothes, but you got a bunch of different outfits. Up to you what they look like. They're made finely. Yeah.
Cool. I'm thinking like lots of like nice gray and like a silky or velvet material, some silver clasps, some like nice inlaid stitching.
Great. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, no, it's a whole new look for you. You still have your like plant clothes if you want them, but
Yeah.
What do
I'll keep
you
them.
What do you do with your Resk clothing?
I just put them in a box under my bed.
Cool. Sounds good. Great. So, because there's a big event on Friday, we are going to skip RP. But a couple things happened before that. You have some more teachers this week. It seems that Mrs. Lee was able to get some people in to help. On the tactics side of things, Sheena has brought in somebody. On Monday, you're asked not to report to the training grounds, but instead you were asked to report to the classroom. When you enter, you see Sheena there talking to a figure, another tabaxi. He's a tall, lithe man with gray fur mottled with black stripes. The fur on his face, however, is white as snow, and his eyes, a piercing blue, stand out harshly from it. As he turns to you, you can see there's sort of just a sour expression on his face. He's dressed in leather armor. He has a bow slung across his back. Sheena, as you come in, says, welcome, this is my friend Agile Mask. He's an expert at tracking, traveling, and otherwise making his way through the world, and... I thought that perhaps that would be something he could help you out with, because unfortunately my skills are pretty much just physical training. Don't get me wrong, I will still be taking half of the classes, so don't get lazy on me, but Mask over here will take the rest of it. And with that, she says a couple words to him and then leaves. Man stands there and crosses his arms. So you're the future of Zymor, then?
That's what they keep saying.
Alright, how many of you have traveled long distances before?
Define long.
On your own, I should say.
No.
Oh.
Alright, well then, this won't be starting from 0. That's good. You know, when Two Waves Crashing asked me to do this in the first place, I thought, no way, but pay's good, so you look confused.
Who?
She just left. Two Waves Crashing.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, you call
Okay.
her Sheena, huh?
Right.
yeah, that was the name we know her by.
It's not the name she was born with. Regardless, the way I travel through the world is the way that I've found to be tried and true, and I'm going to try to teach you that. If you have ways that you do it otherwise, it's great. I'm sure they've worked for you in the past. But I've got years of experience, I think. It'd be wise to listen to what I have to say. But I can't force you to do anything. So, the way I see it...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What are you saying?
I was gonna make an out-of-character comment.
There's different aspects to traveling. And while some groups find it best to have everyone do anything, in my experience it's better to split the responsibilities between the groups so each member can specialize in something. Jack of all trades, master of none is just another name for bar guest meat. So, if you're interested, I can list out the different roles. Now, keep in mind, whichever role you pick for one journey doesn't have to be the role you pick for the next journey. But it does pay to specialize, I think, in times like this. It also diminishes any confusion that might happen when journey doesn't go quite as planned. First one is the guide. The guide sets the path of the journey and makes decisions about rests and supplies, when they happen, why they happen. Your guide's gotta be pretty wise and have the ability to survive in the wild, because they will be the path setter for your group. The next is the scout, who's in charge of, unsurprisingly, scouting. They're also in charge of setting up camp, as finding spots that make sense to set up camp, delegating roles to the camp setting up process. This person's probably got to be pretty stealthy as well as pretty keen, be able to see things that others can't, as well as not be seen by things on the road that are trying to eat you. We have the hunter. Hunter gathers food for the party. This is a very, very important role. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a good hunter in your group. You can think you're prepared as you can possibly be with food, but as soon as you're out there in the wilds, it's not going to matter. The lookout is going to be in charge of constant vigilance and making sure the group is safe as they travel. I recommend having different shifts as you sleep at camp each night as you normally would, but the lookout should generally be in charge of making sure things are well. If you're good at perceiving things, it's probably the role for you. And the last role is the caravaneer. This person takes the lead on social encounters and dealing with other sentient or non-sentient entities that you might come across on the road. Traveling's rough for everyone, so it pays to have somebody who's good with dealing with people to be the face of your party. You gotta be charismatic, you gotta be good at persuading. Keep in mind, they don't need to be permanent, but in the next couple of weeks I'm gonna be training you guys on what each of these roles entails and trying to decide who would be good at which ones. I understand you just came back from a trip, so we won't really have a chance to put this into practice anytime soon, but, it's good to cover the basics. Any questions? I like you guys. You're, not talkative.
That's what they all say.
Just sort of behind the screen, I found a system for travel in 5th edition that fucks really hard. It's actually from Adventures in Middle-earth. I've stripped all the Lord of the Rings shit out of it, and it's a really good system. It makes traveling, which is always like the worst part of this for me, really good, because it's not just like, and you're there, but it's also not like, and every minute of travel is documented.
Yeah.
So that's the one I think we're going to be using if we ever have any traveling. So just keep this stuff in mind. Think about this. Obviously, I'll be able to refresh you on it if we ever get to it. But
I was gonna say this guy's like giving me mad Eraserhead vibes. He's like the Eraserhead of D&D Rangers.
yeah, sure, yeah, exactly.
I was trying to take notes on each of the roles, and it got to a point where I just wrote like "lookout is lookout," and then kept.
Most of the roles are pretty straightforward. Caravaneer is maybe the only one. That's also I couldn't think of a good name, so I just went with Caravaneer because there's only
I wrote
4
it all
roles.
down, too.
There's only 4 roles in Adventures in Middle Earth, but you know me, I like social encounters, so I figured let's add 1 for there. Also, there's 5 of you.
Wait, what? There is. Who are you?
Oh fuck! I totally forgot to do something. So that week goes pretty well. He's a pretty low energy kind of guy, so not a whole lot of fuss. The polar opposite of people teaches your academics the next week. As you step, or this week, as you step into the classroom, you recognize a very familiar figure, Relme du Vilcairn, the ex-Sortilegium member who is currently in charge of Felfric College. For the entire week, she is nothing but mean to you. She gets good results out of you, but man, it's just one of the most unpleasant scholastic experiences you've ever had. She also makes it very clear, Septon specifically, that she's disgusted by you and your ability to turn into a horrible, filthy shadow beast.
Does she know that?
She also mentions that if she hadn't sworn to make sure none of you were hurt by this system, by the Bright Futures program, she wouldn't have saved you from that eel way back when.
That explains a lot of things.
But she's pissed. She doesn't want to be. It's clear that she doesn't want to be here, but is being forced to be here. So that's unpleasant, for sure. In politics, goes on as normal. Colrell's just Colrell.
Love
cool.
Colrell.
So,
Buddy.
Una still can't make eye contact with them anymore.
so Friday rolls around.
Please, God, no.
Yeah. Your escort to Kelshar, unfortunately for you, is none other than Relme du Vilcairn. As you wake up bright and early to make your way towards the festival, you are met by her. She's there, dressed in travel clothing, with an angry look on her face. She's like, ugh, the things that I do for education. You also do notice, however, that there is another individual standing next to her. He's a half-elven man with medium-length light brown hair, parted to one side and slightly ruffled. A dash of freckles dance across the bridge of his slender nose, and a overly large round pair of spectacles frame his eyes that have somewhat worrying amount of bags under them. He wears gray robes with a light blue trim and has a overlarge wizard hat slung across his back, connected by a thin cord. As you approach, him and Vilcairn are speaking, but then you approach, he turns, he says, "Oh, you must be the students of the Bright Futures program. I'm Averth Relsinian of the Extant Sortilegium, and I was passing through the area, and I was told by Miss Vilcairn that it would be a great opportunity for me to join you today." You get the sense that he is also not here because he wants to be, but perhaps his higher-ranking Extant Sortilegium friend sure dragged him here. But it is
He's the best.
it is a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I'm an illusionist by trade, in case you were curious, and I'm very fascinated about this program you're a part of.
What was his name?
Averth Relsinian. It's my boy. He's been in every campaign. I love him. This is my sweet little lad. And what were your names then?
I'm Turn.
Turn. Good. Turn.
Una.
I'll remember that. Like the bird, Una. Una, great.
Tether.
Tether? Tether! Great to meet. I've heard about you, Tether. Only good things, I promise.
I haven't heard about you at all.
No, that is more than all right. I'm a very junior member of the Exit Sortilegium, so I wouldn't expect you would have.
The extinct.
A wizard group, a group of like-minded wizards. My colleague Miss Vilcairn is also. And he turns, and she's gone. She's already left. She's also part of it.
I'm from a group of like-minded druids.
Oh, we should discuss this at some point, perhaps.
Sure.
Heather has some very interesting stories.
I can only imagine. I'm told you were once an elven woman, yes?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry, guys. I just realized we're level 5, and that means I get another physical feature from the Seismic Hybrid thing.
Uh-oh.
And I chose
Old
the
toadstool.
Carapace, which gives me plus AC. But I don't think it's a Carapace, but I think the bark stuff that was on me is now a lot more coverage, like a turtleneck, we'll say. But then also there's a lot of weird mossy, spongy, mushroomy type of stuff, like bringing out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
Just forgot to
turn
say that.
like the bird, Una, Tether,
Shandi.
Shandi,
And Septon.
Septon. Good. It is good to meet all of you. Shandi, I've heard you caused quite a ruckus recently.
Which one?
Well, that is a good question.
He died.
I heard, yes.
Yes, that would be one of them.
Yes. Well, shall we? I'm to make sure you make it to your destination. Well, I suppose Miss Vilcairn was supposed to do that, but she seems to have gone off on her own, which is more than fine. So I'm happy to walk with you.
Alright, sounds like fun.
Cool. Yeah, and you walk on up to Kelsharp. You walk up to Kelsharp, you get on one of those subterranean boats to the teleportation circle zone. And before like 3 or 4 hours have passed, you find yourselves in the capital of Zymor. As you step out into the daylight, the bright, sunny day that it is. Everyone but Shandi, because you've been here. This place is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Tether's terrified.
I can imagine. It is the pinnacle of Magitech advancement in every field. If the machinery of Wilter's watch was surprising to you all, this is overwhelming. The city quite literally hums with energy as the whole place is powered arcanically. The city is temperature regulated and always feels comfortable. Some buildings float and rotate around each other. Folks line up for teleportation circles that serve as public transportation within the city. Giant Magitech constructs float through the sky, assisting civilians in doing tasks that they've been instructed to do. It's a lot to take in. Shandi, as you're not distracted by this spectacle, having lived here for some time, you're once again struck by the disparity between the level of advancement here and the absolute filth the people of the undercapitals live in. And the undercapitals, for those of you who don't know, are the sort of stationary slum cities that have been built around the 3 locations that the capital finds itself in. Once in the city, Romaedu Vilcairn says, I have things to take care of, so... Relsinian, keep track of them, enjoy the festivities. You are to meet in the main promenade at 4 p.m. If you are late, then you'll make us look bad in front of the Emperor of Zymor. So don't be late. She rushes off in a huff.
And who's that?
What, Tether, the Emperor of Zymor is the man who, when he rules over this entire land.
This whole city?
Whoa,
Wow.
much more than the city, Tether, and the entire country, the entire empire.
Yeah.
You know, I think you'd make a great teacher.
Well, thank you, Toad. I appreciate that. I mean, I've never taught before, but I spend most of my time, traveling. So, but maybe I'll give it a shot someday.
Cool.
So there's many festivities. I don't know. I'm sure some of you have experienced this festival before, but they've really gone all out here. And as you look around, there are a variety of things. There's food, drink, and song everywhere in this city, as well as several large contests being held throughout the festival.
Would Hellvest have had some kind of festival?
Hellvest would have absolutely had one of these.
What's like the delicacy? What are the food carts serving?
Meat on a stick is a big one. Which is the favored traveling food of Madungus Thistlebeard, the fighter of the dwarven fighter, who is part of the Citadel. That's huge. There are also eclairs, because that was Maydu Rainagard's favorite treat. So those are out in plenty as well. All sorts of singing and dancing and merrymaking. There are also several contests that are being held in honor of various members of the Citadel. There's a storytelling contest, which is in honor of the great Jeff, the bard of their group. There is the barrel running contest held because of Madungus Thistlebeard. Mandungus? I didn't make these names. This is from a backstory of a different character, so I'm working through this as well. There's a drinking contest in honor of Arendis Thorstair, the Ever-Sauced, who was the druid of the party. I suppose. Most of them are still alive. There's an archery contest in honor of Hawkeye Ray. The Joust in honor of Adoramos Cassell. And a songwriting contest in honor of Penelope Cassell. Those two are the married leaders of the Silver Citadel. And you know that Adoramos is the one giving the big speech today.
If we're joining the festivities, Turn wants to find a place where they're dancing and he was to throw down.
Hell yeah! No, yeah, you spend a long time just like dancing, having a great fucking time.
Yo, you know what? Septon's right behind.
Yeah, the him bros go out onto the dance floor doing it's like the Final Fantasy VII remake dance from the and you do like a high five and then just start fucking getting down.
I was envisioning more the post-credit scene from Community where they're asking if they're crumping yet.
You know, it's also the energy is probably between the two of those, sort of like the tavern scene from Lord of the Rings where Frodo does that stupid bat dance. You know the one? So yeah, it's a joyous time. You spend several hours dancing. You get many admirers during your dance, many dance partners. Lots of people want to dance with the two of you because Septon, you're a pretty odd sight here. So people are enthralled by you and your dance skills. In turn, you look like a fucking insane person. So
yeah.
You got cat ears, glasses, horns, giant red fire coat, so cool. So you
the party.
You came to party and party you do. What does everybody else get up to?
Tether is terrified, and so is gonna stand behind Una, follow her, basically step on her feet, and look down.
I was showing Phoenix the crumping clip. Una, I'm gonna gladly be pointing out all the food, all the fun things, giving all of my fun facts about the festival to Tether.
Very fun. There's a lot of people and a lot of tall buildings.
Yeah, but they just kind of do their own thing. And the buildings just stay there, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all.
How's your eclair? Did you finish it? Do you
It's a little sweet.
I really like them. So if you don't want to finish yours, I will gladly finish yours.
I would gladly give this to you.
I love these eclairs. Oh.
Yummy, yummy.
They're this type of eclair really isn't made commonly. Like, you have to look for them, but like they're everywhere here. Yeah. Averth Rosinian is going to stick around where you are, Tether, and he's going to, using his illusions, as he is an illusionist, try to cheer you up. Sort of, whenever there's like a crazy Magitech thing flying by, he covers it up with a tree. Just trying to stick around you and keep. They fly. Yeah, well, no, there's a tree grows in front that sort of like manages to go.
The tree
Yeah, well, the tree's rotating in Tether's vision. Yeah.
Got it.
So he spends a lot of time with you during this festival because he can tell that you're a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, thank you.
Shundy's in the mood for some games of combat, so he's gonna go watch the joust.
Cool, yeah, you watch the joust. Since you don't have a horse, you can't enter the joust, but
No, yeah.
you can sure watch the joust. It's an impressive bout. There are 6 competitors, each one more mighty than the last. Most of them from Zymor. One of them is from Renarcia, though. Or sorry, Carleone, though. You know, it's great fun. However, close to the end of the joust, you do spy on the other side of the arena some individuals wearing pretty familiar colors, and they do seem to have noticed you. There are two of the big buff guys that he keeps on retainer to like make sure people pay their debts. They're sitting over there. It doesn't seem like they came here for you, but they have seen you.
Well, I think I've had about enough of this, and I'm just going to leave.
Cool. Are you trying to shake them, or are you just leaving?
I mean, as I get up and leave, do they get up as well?
Yeah, they stand up.
Yeah, I am gonna try to shake them then.
Make a stealth check. I'm gonna give you advantage because it is crazy on the streets today.
22.
22. You manage to slip away from them, and you can see that they go down the wrong direction as you hide around sort of a city corner. You know that they won't be the only ones out like this today, though.
Are there like street vendors selling fun festival gear?
Yeah. There's all sorts of festival gear, but there's also like cosplay of the Silver Citadel being sold on street corners to like children and adults.
Can I buy like a goofy mask?
You can buy a mask of Arendes Thoristier. He's a dragonborn. A drunken dragonborn, so it's like a big Commedia dragon mask with like drool coming out of one corner and antlers coming off the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy myself one of those.
It's negligible. It's pocket change. It's copper, like 5 copper.
It's like a paper mache mask.
Pretty much, yeah. And put that on. Yeah, you can feel a little bit more secure in your ability to stay hidden here.
Cool.
Yeah, so you continue enjoying the festival. The food is great. The dancing is fun. Septon and Turn get flirted with till they die. Like, is there anything anyone wants to do in particular before 4 p.m. rolls around?
Turn. I've got an idea.
Alright. Doesn't it involve more dancing?
No, I was thinking we take a little break. We don't have to do it, but I've got an idea.
Alright.
In your time traveling, do you have any, like, crazy, wild stories?
Any crazy wild stories?
Because there's a storytelling competition. I'm thinking, you tell me the story, I embellish it up with my bard performance, and we enter together.
Alright, I'll tell you the time. Well, once when I was 10.5 years old, I didn't know, I found out what dwarven beer was, and I was the most drunk 10-year-old you've ever met. And I don't know what happened that night. It was crazy. I tried to go into some other dwarves' homes and pretend like I was their sick little green child, and I tried so hard to pass myself up as a little dwarf child, and I don't think they were fooled for a second. So I had this one dwarfs wife, it was actually the wife of the chieftain of the clan. She chased me all the way across the village. She was yelling at me the whole way. She was throwing pots and pans, and I was pretty good at dodging things because, you know, I like to move around a lot. So I was like ducking and weaving. I was kind of drunk though, so I was stumbling all the way. But you know, that's a crazy story that I remember.
No, I think we could do something with this. So Septon's gonna attempt to quickly write like a really farcical, really like physical comedy, goofy, stupid story.
Great.
And see if him in turn can get it into the storytelling.
All right.
Una was gonna make her way to just watch the storytelling competition. Like, she had planned this. 'Cause
Yeah.
She misses home a little bit and wanted to see some kind of theater.
Yeah, so Una, you make your way over there and you see an old man telling a war story, and everybody's like, it's like a very grim and proper story, and people are like reverent. And then Turn and Septon walk out on stage. So you're standing out in front of this crowd. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who the crowd is made up of. Okay, you can make an insight check to read the crowd if you'd like.
Sure. Both of us, or just the storyteller?
Storyteller.
It's all you.
Yeah, alright, insight?
Insight, yeah.
Natural 20.
Okay, so there's mainly middle-aged folk in the crowd, and you know that you would get a +7 to your final storytelling score here when telling a story of religious background.
Well, that's a shame, because that's not what we have.
Okay!
You can embellish it. You can.
Cool, so what I need you to do is make a performance check at advantage, because you've got Turn as an assistant, and a ability check of your choice, religion, history, or arcana.
Alright, I'll do the performance check first.
Mm-hmm.
Is it at advantage?
Yep.
Okay. Advantage. Okay. 18 performance.
Great. Now,
And then you said,
Captain, I just remembered this happened during the Dwarven Festival of Moradin. I don't know what Dwarven gods Blake has in his world. So, theoretically, maybe you could weave that in, because they are, you know, drinking lots of beer, and they're like, oh, sure, kid, here you go, and I got that like 7, 8, 9 times.
what were my options?
religion, history, and arcana.
Religion, history, and arcana. Well, they all have the same modifier. For flavor, we'll go with religion.
Disadvantage.
Alright, I'll see if I can weave that in somewhere.
You know what's funny? I actually have advantage to history checks about dwarves. One time it would have been useful.
Alright, well, advantage isn't looking great. 7.
7. Okay. You got 25 points.
Out of a possible.
Well, I'm about to roll for the guy who went before you, alright? Oh, no. Okay.
Maybe they really enjoyed our,
Oh, no.
I had a
Actually,
fun time telling this
maybe
story.
they really enjoyed how sacrilegious it was.
no fucking way. So, what did I say
It's
you got?
a tie.
You said 25?
25? Okay, so the old man who went before you got an 8 on his performance check. He's old. Stumbled over some words. However, on his content check, he got a 20. So, unfortunately, your story does not go over all that well. People are like, what are they fucking talking about? Like, the audience was not warmed up for this. They were just, like, on the verge of tears about this poor old man's, like, story of struggling with his faith in the war.
Before our time.
And you don't get booed off the stage. Like, people still like it, but they're like, that wasn't it. You do not win the storytelling contest.
Well, back to dancing.
I never stopped.
Cool. So you continue to enjoy the festival, some of you more than others. But, yeah, 4 p.m. does, in fact, roll around. Averith tries to gather you guys all to the the main promenade. It says, well, so you're about to meet not only Adaramos Cassel, but also the Emperor of Zymor, so, best behavior.
Okay.
Always.
Take the Dragonborn mask off.
Are we in our nicer clothes, or did we just roll up in like?
I don't know.
Sean D, what a great mask!
Oh, well, I'm done with it if you want it.
Oh no.
Absolutely! I put it on immediately.
I hate you.
How do I look?
You look...
You look like a dragon.
Maybe.
Ha! Alright, now I need to figure out how to breathe fire, and my look will be complete.
That should be easy.
not all dragons breathe fire.
What else do they breathe?
Lightning, acid, frost,
Darkness.
Darkness?
Never mind.
I suppose a shadow dragon would breathe darkness.
What about this one? Ready? When I cast web out my mouth.
Spider dragon.
Yes. Well, a spider dragon. There are stranger things, I suppose. Pulling the webbing off of his face and hair.
That's the best I got.
It's not bad. Though I wouldn't recommend doing that to the Emperor, but
You don't think he'll be impressed?
I don't think he'll like that very much.
What if
He's
I took
a
a
very
torch?
self-important man.
And I held the torch under my mouth and then cast web, so I caught fire as it spewed out.
That would be very
That could
cool.
make an impression.
Why
Don't
don't
hit him with it.
Why
Don't
don't
hit him.
Why don't we do that after the speech? Yes.
All right.
I would actually very much like to see you do this, but perhaps we save it for after the speech. I'd imagine I'm not the only one who would like to see it. The people might really love that as well.
Great. Well, I can only do it once more today, so
We'll do it after the speech.
all right.
All right. And he leads you to a large building that overlooks the promenade. As you reach it, you are met by a group of men dressed in similar, if more elegantly decorated armor as that of Second Talon Bolao,
Hey.
and escorted into this building. You walk through many brightly lit corridors until you reach what looks to just be sort of an iron platform that they all go to step on top of. And if you join, once you hit the top, one of them murmurs something, grasps a crystal slotted into his armor, twists it, and the iron platform beneath you shudders and begins to go upwards. You can see racing in front of the platform, there are these runes and lines carved into the side of the walls where blue energy is just floating up in front of it and bringing the platform with it. As you reach the top floor, you see three individuals. The first and most striking is a half-elven man, likely in his mid to late 60s, which would be late 30s, early 40s in human years. He is dressed in brilliant white and gold plate mail, over which a gray cloak with the golden symbol of Pelor's sun has been woven. His face is kind, if a bit weary, and his hip-length blonde hair is looking a bit more white than blonde. This is unmistakably Adoramos Cassel, the leader of the Silver Citadel. Standing next to him is an elven man with significantly shorter elven man with dark hair and a massive crown, large enough that it sort of evens their height out if you measure from the top of the crown. He has a persistent grin on his face, though his eyes are quite cold. He's dressed in a showy and ceremonial gown and seems to hold the power in this place, as everyone else in the room seems to defer to him. And the guards next to you, in fact, kneel and bow their heads as you reach the top. The final figure is a woman, elven upon first glance, but a little green around the edges, in a way familiar of Septon's coloration. She has a crown on as well, although significantly smaller, and her hair, the color of hay but slightly greener, is combed smoothly down her back, obscuring the back of her understated yet clearly impressive dress. So as you reach the top, the guards and Averth all kneel and bow their heads.
Oh, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, I'll follow in that.
I've taken enough politics lessons to know that I should bow at this point.
Cool. Everyone bows but Tether, who waves.
I pulled Tether down.
Tether, let's bow right now.
Pull her down.
I pulled her down.
You hear a voice. As you look up, you see it is coming from the Emperor. It says, "Welcome, students of the Bright Futures Initiative. You'll have to forgive me for taking my leave so quickly, but I leave you in the care of my daughter and the ever-impressive Adaramos Cassell. I have things to take care of, but I couldn't miss seeing you." Now, if you'll excuse me. Like, without a second thought, he brushes past you onto the elevator. You are shuffled off the elevator, and he goes down.
Bye.
Alright.
The woman rolls her eyes after him, shakes her head, and walks out onto the balcony without acknowledging you guys. But Adaramos, Adoamros, there we go, turns to you and says, "Welcome, future heroes! It's good to finally meet you. What are your names?"
Hi, I'm Tether.
Tether. Great.
I'm Turn.
Turn. Very good. You've got quite a look about you there, Turn. Distinctive. People will like that.
Did you take the mask off?
Turn, you remind me of an old friend of mine. You look very similar.
Oh, I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, no, I figured. It's a good one, too. That bastard, always drunk. But always reliable, too.
I, like, push the mask up so it's, like, on the top of my head.
Whoa! Whole new guy.
No, I was here the whole time.
I know you already. He points to you, Sean D. You're the former Resk Ward.
Yes, that would be me.
Heard some,
Did Shandi tell us about the letter? Hey!
Order.
I'd like to say that I admire your strength in recent days.
Thank you.
Man's a pest, to say the best of him. So, to do what you did, takes guts. That's
Rest
I
the
thought it was
pest.
long overdue.
some hero business right there, Sean D.
Oh, I'll explain that to the rest of you later, don't worry.
You must be, Septon, then?
Yeah, wait, how do you know who I am?
I know who all of you are. I just thought I'd give you the chance to introduce. And you must be Una Notwise.
Yeah.
I have read over some of your father's plays written about me and my friends, and I have to say, not many people can get the human aspect of the Citadel down, but he gets it if he misses out on some other things.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure to tell him that next time you see him. I'm sure he'll enjoy hearing it.
Oh, I so will.
So, I hear you've had a rough week.
Just about as bad as any other when you're adventuring.
Oh no, this week was good.
No,
It was
I'm
a few weeks.
I didn't mean this particular week. You know, time starts to blend together when you get as old as I am. But
Most of us died, but that's neither here nor there.
yeah.
Who hasn't?
I sure have. I can tell you that much. Though I was a tad bit older than you all when I did. Some of you who have the mental acuity to do this, throw together some mental math. The dude was probably about your age when he saved the entire world. Maybe a little bit older.
Yikes.
Give me 4 more weeks of school and I'll be there.
I was about to ask how old, or how old was he, but that answers my question.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's been 46 years since they saved the world. He's in his mid-60s-ish now, so he was early 20s when he did it.
So he's a human?
Half-elf.
Half-elf, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry that my better half couldn't be here today. She has some business to take care of with our children. But I am happy that I could be here to welcome you all. And I have to say, from what I've read of your adventures so far, I think you have quite a bit of promise.
Who's been writing our adventure so far?
Casimir Orion, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh!
Interesting, that's good. Most people say that we're just a bunch of mess-ups in over our head and, like,
we're making dumb choices, but I don't know. Isn't that what being a hero is all about?
Yeah, and they give us the whole, so you're the future heroes.
Oh,
and
right.
we're
Everyone
like,
loves to
hey,
say that. Like,
And
we
they're
never
like,
claimed that. That's just what we're being told.
and they're always
Right.
like, don't break this rule, don't do that. And I'm like, how are we supposed to be heroes?
It's a hard path. I can tell you from experience. You're not supposed to know what you're doing to begin with.
Oh, thank goodness.
Nobody
exactly
considers
what-
themselves a hero. It's a title that's put upon you by somebody else. As long as you're doing what you think is right and using your power to save those around you, then that's all you can do. Everything else is politics, but I'm sure you've been told. Unfortunately, that's more important than us heroes would like to believe.
Yeah.
politics is really confusing.
Yeah, I don't really get the what's the word? Appeal.
Frankly, Tether, there is no appeal, but it's just something we have to do. We're public figures. I wish I could make like your friend Brahm and stay undercover. But the bigger problems you solve, the more people want to know how you do it.
Well, if nobody else here likes politics, I'll be honest, it's my favorite class, guys.
Well, hey, I'm glad that somebody among you is good at it. I mean, without
I didn't say that.
honestly, without Penelope, without my wife, I don't think we would have made it nearly as far as we would have. She's a people person when the rest of us really aren't. I mean, you could say that Jeff is a people person too, but he's more of a get people to sleep with him person than anything. God's love
I
him.
sleep with Una. It's fun.
Good. Great.
Septon takes note, meet Jeff.
He's God's love him, but even in his old age, he is still feisty. I mean, man's close to 100 these days, but you know. Regardless, I've got a big speech to do here. More or less, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thank everyone for being here, then introduce you all. Now I know Casimir wants me to pass the torch to you. That's not exactly what I'm going to be doing today, because
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fire.
it's a lot of pressure. And fire is bad. You're right there, Tether. What I am going to do is just introduce you to the people of Zymor. There have been rumors going around about the program, and sort of the upper echelons of nobility know, but it's time for the common people to hear about the Bright Futures program. Now, I'm not going to promise that you are the greatest heroes of our time, but I am going to say that I look forward to seeing what you can do. And that's not politics, that's just true. I mean, I'm getting old. Some of my orders the Citadel's already out of commission. Jeff, as great as he is, he's geriatric. I mean, if a threat comes to bear, we need more than just the Citadel to keep us safe. So, I really do look forward to the things that you can accomplish. You ready?
I guess.
Yeah, no, but that seems like how we do these things.
Most of the time, the world doesn't ask you whether or not you're ready, so glad you've caught on to that one already. All right, we're gonna head on out there. Whew. He takes a breath. He actually looks a little bit nervous as well. He is going to shake his head, put on a big smile that looks a little bit less genuine than the one that he was throwing to you guys, and make his way out onto the balcony, beckoning for you guys to come with him.
Okay.
I do so.
Cool. Sorry.
Hey.
1 second.
Is turn, do you still have the mask on?
No, at this point it's like pushed up
Oh.
above my face.
Okay.
Heather's gonna take Una's hand.
Guys, we just met Otter.
Yeah, this is like the most famous dude in the world.
This is like meeting Captain America.
Kinda is. Yeah, you head out onto the balcony, and you can see that as he walks out there, And Zyra is there as well. The massive crowd, like the entire population of the festival, is gathered in this promenade. And they're screaming and cheering and yelling. Adoramos walks out and he's waving his hand to and fro and smiling as a blue orb of magical energy sort of lowers from above. He says, and you can hear it echoed out throughout the entire promenade. He says, "Hello!" And the crowd just starts screaming in response. He smiles. He puts his hand up to the thing, turns to you and says, "You'll get used to it, don't worry." And then turns back and begins his speech.
Heather, in your head, I'm just gonna say, just pretend they're all plants.
They don't have any chlorophyll.
Just pretend. Use imagination. We're just back in the living room.
If I tilt my mushroom down a bit and have my eyes closed, no one will know.
Cool.
I think it's important though that you just face outward.
Okay.
It's something called stage presence.
Okay, if Tether had had anything but a negative strength score, she would be crushing her hand.
As you get Tethered to turn around, holding hands with her, Adoramos begins his speech. "Citizens of Zymor, my countrymen and friends to the Citadel, I thank you for being here on this, a day that will ever be precious to me. Maydu would be ecstatic to see so many smiling faces, if slightly embarrassed that the day was named after her. But in any case, such merriment, such joy, this is the world Maydu gave her life to protect, and as her friend, I am overwhelmed with happiness to see that it remains the way she would have wanted. This world is precious, and though myself and my friends somehow managed to save it some 40 years ago, we are growing old. But do not fret. You have not lost us yet, and we will be around to protect you for years to come. But one day, we will be gone. And instead of waiting, fearing, hating that dark day, we should instead look to cultivate a different future. A brighter future." And as he takes his next breath to continue his speech, oh, please work. Oh, please work. I had a music transition set up, but it didn't work. Fuck me. Whatever.
Oh no.
As he takes his next breath, the sky explodes with flame, and people begin to scream as a massive glinting form swoops in from seemingly nowhere. It lands heavily on top of a nearby structure, scattering tiles and bricks with his massive gilded claws. The form, that of an ancient golden dragon, roars out a laugh. "Pitiful! To see the man I once believed could save us all to lie through his teeth! Samarinth, old friend, have you forgotten your size? I know you to be kind and decent, but most see something as prodigious as you, and I have no time for chat, child. I have come to right a wrong before it is committed. What you intend to do, this passing of the torch you mortals are so fond of, is foolishness. These children, these so-called bright futures are nothing, and your support of them proves to me that you are nothing as well. Old friend, if you wish to reprimand me, make no mistake, I will listen. You are wiser than me and always have been, but perhaps publicly they have a right to know. Your actions, you fool, decide their lives and deaths." He then turns his massive golden head down to look at the crowd. Oh, the song changed. That sucks. You poor, easily swayed beings. You worship whatever strength is brought before you without a second thought. But here is your warning. The children you are about to be told to idolize are exactly that. Children. They are not the promised future of your lands. They are not the ticket to your salvation. They are as scared and as weak as you. They need not these hopes and pressures you have placed upon them. They aren't ready. Why, just recently they had to be saved from a problem they did not have the wisdom to bring to a greater power. And their foolishness in this matter has led to nothing but death and destruction. An attack on one of your cities, your own cities, a battle in which dozens of your defenders lose their lives with each passing day was caused by their negligence. Saviors cannot be manufactured, and attempting to do so spits in the eye of faith. They will fail, and your lives will fail with them. Samarinth! I know the loss of life pains you, but do not think so lowly of— Silence! You're no better paladin. You've gotten complacent in your age. Idling here, playing games, making a mockery of Reynagard's name. What to the south, denizens of darkness destroy the land of Nildor. You call yourself a hero? A paragon of this age? Then why allow the Dusk War to continue? Was I wrong to choose you all those years ago, or have you simply chosen to live and let die? It would be wise if you left now, Samarinth. I do not wish to draw steel to you, but if I must, I have slain stronger. Pitiful. As always, you let your strength speak before your heart. If only your better half were here. I've no wish to destroy this place, and teaching you the lesson you so desperately deserve would do just that. I'm disappointed, Adoamros. I truly thought more of you. And with 2 beats of its massive wings, strong enough to blow some of the people gathered below to their knees, this dragon takes to the sky and disappears into the late afternoon sun. The crowd is shocked, fully stunned into silence. Adoramos looks down, furrows his brow, and leaves the balcony. Zyra follows.
Can we go?
You're alone on the balcony now.
Can we go?
I think that would be best.
Bye, everyone. I'm sorry.
As you enter back into the room, you can see that Adoamros is there, just sitting in a chair. You see the elevator reaching the top, and Relme Duvilcairn is stepping out, ignoring you, making a beeline straight to him. Averth is also standing there, looking a little taken aback.
Well, that was unexpected.
So that wasn't like part of the festival?
No, that was the ancient dragon Samarinth, come to show his displeasure, I believe.
What was all that about people dying because of our negligence?
I was told not to tell you, but it seems as though that option has left me. Wilter's watch has been destroyed.
By what?
Crystalline entities emerging from a cave nearby. Most of the people, the citizens, were evacuated safely thanks to a lead that their leader had been given, but the town itself is now a battlefield. The Zymorian army, the Platinum Claw, is there, battling back these creatures. I did not think you had anything to do with it, but I had not been told much of the situation. Samarinth is ancient. His ideals of blame and responsibility are grander than most. I wouldn't take it to heart.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another, I think it would be best if instead of walking through the crowd downstairs who might have taken to heart the words of this dragon, I take you back to the campus personally.
That would probably be for the best.
I wait here. I'm going to go consult with my colleague, and then I'll take you home.
And he very awkwardly sort of shuffles over towards the grouping of people sitting on the other side of the room, talking in hushed tones. Zyra, however, which is the name of the daughter. I don't know if I told you that, but that's her name. She's leaning up against the wall, just sort of eyeing you guys neutrally.
I'll wave.
She sort of like head nods to you, doesn't move. Yeah, so the five of you are left alone. There's the shocked silence from outside has been replaced by loud murmuring and disgruntled and confused sounds from the crowd.
Is she still, like, staring at us?
Not like actively. She's just leaning at the wall, face towards you, but it's not like she's intensely staring at you. She's not participating in the conversation that's happening between the two members of the Sortilegium and Ado Amros.
I'll approach her. I'll just walk up. You, look like you have something you want to say.
No?
Is this normal around here?
No, it's the most exciting festival we've had in a number of years.
So it's not normal for dragons to come down out of the sky and proclaim the future is dead and whatnot?
We suck.
I've never seen that thing before. Seems like it knows Mr. Paladin over there, but I've never seen it. Doubt my dad's ever seen it either. I've heard of it, but...
What do you think?
About the dragon? Or about you?
About what the dragon said. You agree with him?
Personally, I don't put a whole lot of stock in heroes. I've dealt with some in the past. Sometimes they get the job done, sometimes they don't. Silver Citadel's great and all, but I don't know if we need a new one. I don't have anything against the five of you, though. I mean, you seem fine. Bummer that this thing in the south is going on, but
Yeah, we didn't know it was still going on. Thought it was over.
figured.
Should I hit the dog?
Should have hit the dog.
Listen, you added a lot of excitement to my day, which I thought was just going to be boring speeches and festivities. So thanks, I guess, but...
Glad we could be of help.
It's going to take a lot of work to calm everyone down after this, so... Whatever the opposite of thanks is, as well.
Well, then we'll get out of your hair. And if it's possibly to sarcastically bow, Septon will do that.
She smirks.
I'll walk back to the
wanted to
group.
farm.
Averith returns to the group as well. Says, is there anything you need to do before we leave?
Everything feels pretty cowardly to tuck tail and run away at this point.
Is there something you'd prefer to do? I mean,
Well,
the crowd is
I-
still out there if you'd like to address them.
I don't think I'm very good at talking to crowds, and right now it's hard for me to even think straight. What I would like to do is march straight back to that town and finish what we started. That's all I want to do right now.
If you'd like, I could take you there. I doubt it's what your professors and administrators would want, but if you think it's the right thing to do, then I will assist.
I need to put down a dog.
This dog you speak of, a dog is causing this?
Well, there was a big bad that was blown up, but then apparently a little bit of him was in a dog, and I killed a dog statue, and a spectral dog came out, and it ran away.
This all happened in a pocket dimension. I think that's important to mention.
Sorry. You said a bit. Was this dog? Was it green, by any chance?
Yeah.
So that's where it got off to.
Hmm.
Go on.
And that is where we will end tonight's session of Dungeon Party. As you decide where to go next.
The last line in my notes just says, "A fucking ancient dragon rolls up to tell us we ain't shit."
Yep. Golden one, too.
We could have taken him.
Sure.
Level 5 ancient dragon? No
Whatever.
problem.
You're fine.
Level 5 can barely handle a young dragon.
Yep. Well, actually, it can handle a young dragon better than I thought it could, because I've thrown young dragons at level 5 parties, and they've wiped the fucking floor with it. In fact, Michael and Chelsea were one of the parties I've done that to, so...
In my experience, it all depends on the first breath weapon.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's a coin toss.
And Terrifying Presence is a huge one, too, because that'll...
I know.
Real. Yep. But regardless, that is where... Yeah, that's where we're going to end it for a couple of weeks. Thought I'd give you a real big cliffhanger before we stop playing for a while. But yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. If you're not currently playing a game of Dungeons & Dragons, you should, because you can get yelled at by a dragon. It's the only game you can do that in. Sorry. Yeah, that's D&D. That's D&D for the week.